Welcome to Lower Hero episode 29. A lot of stuff happened this week. You guys may have heard that Fortnite Festival added instrument mode and PvP's Riftmaster came out, and there were some issues. But
did it? I didn't know.
Yeah. But before we get into that, I have something important to share. JP made a astute observation that I have a little bit of a red spot going on up here with on my forehead. It's kind of gone now. I thought that'd be a cool way to introduce my skin condition to the entire community. Nobody knows this. Oh. This is an interesting condition. You ever heard of dermographism or dermatographia?
I think I actually have. That
means skin writing. So I can write on my skin.
What?
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you have... yeah. No, that shit, dude.
Yo!
Yeah, that's awesome. Bro, you got
a new tattoo just dropped.
That looks crazy, honestly.
Damn. Yeah, it goes away after like 30 minutes or so. So you can just now I'm going to erase it now. So I'm scratching it and give it like a minute. It's just going to be all red.
Amazing.
No, I used to do that when I was bored in like first grade, just like scratch it and then it would like lift up and like, haha, it's a happy face. Like that type of thing.
Yeah.
And now you see why it turned out to be a Twitch streamer. Anyway, moving on.
Important stuff.
What a progression.
What a progression, right? Dude, okay, so I said right before we started recording, let's just talk about what fucking terrible shit happened, and then we can move on.
The good shit. There's good stuff too.
Yeah, I will say that like a lot of people are probably were expecting this episode to be like insane or whatever because of what happened this week. But as of yesterday, that won't be too much. But let's start
insane. We were expecting it to be insane too. So
honestly, I'm so happy that we've had a couple of days for this to marinate, and a lot of other stuff has happened on top of that, and we'll get to it. But if we did a Lore Hero episode on day one of instrument mode, we'd all be seeing red. We'd all look insane. We would be depressed.
Well, it's starting. I got a little line going up there. I was gonna say it's gonna be as red as my arm, but it's not that red yet. So
good reference.
But I like okay. But day one, let's start off there. I don't think any of us were really expecting instrument mode to drop day one, season 3. I was
expecting it to happen, but I didn't think. I mean, there was always the well, will they? Won't they? Because they never said anything.
I was naively optimistic that it would be fantastic out the gate, and that's my own optimism right there. And I will admit that fully because man, I did not expect the first day to happen the way it did, and it was a
roller coaster, man.
And it's partially on us because we've known about this since the very beginning of festival. We've known that it's
everybody
coming.
did too, not just us. Everybody knew. This is not some internal thing.
No.
That it was just like, oh, you guys knew, then you had something to do with it, right? No,
we didn't know from Epic. We didn't know anything from Epic. They didn't tell us shit.
Yeah, they didn't.
We
tell
know
us
because
shit.
of the files.
Exactly, we know from the files, and also
and Alex
they
Regopoulos.
Yes, Alex Regopoulos said it in an interview. Yeah,
which was an interview that took place even before Festival was in, was in the game or released,
Mm-hmm.
but. Yeah, and then they had that blog post on when the game first released in December, the very beginning of December. Then they're just saying, it's going to be a priority for the team to support instrument controllers, and that's when we're like, holy shit, we're back. Well, now we're back, and
we're officially back.
Yeah, we're officially back, but we don't have drums. It's just pro lead and pro bass, and the most disappointing thing is that if you're on console, you're shit out of luck, essentially. But until we talk about the workaround methods, which there are currently,
there are many. There are numerous different ways to get a different guitar.
There are numerous workarounds. So we'll start from the beginning. Just off the rip, if you're not chronically online, you don't know what's going on, and you load up Fortnite Festival and you want to play pro lead, pro bass. One, they only say that guitar controller support is in that little box in the lobby menu.
Yeah, like the message of the day type thing almost.
And I actually haven't clicked that. Did you guys click on that? Because I don't know if
it says
what kind of controllers are supported, but it just says guitar controller support. And so that should be
they
enough
say
for...
they say guitar controller support is here, read up on the season 3 highlights in this link, and it's just Fortnite.com/season 3 or whatever. I don't know. something like that.
Oh, okay. So they don't.
So they bring you to the blog post essentially.
Yeah, in that blog post, it does give you that graph,
the chart
of support.
Well,
yeah,
very limited graph, very limited graph. So we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the biggest problem here is that there's no clarity of anything whatsoever. That was the biggest thing day one. That's the biggest thing day one.
It doesn't hurt, by the way.
That happened. And so when I woke up, I knew that the Riftmaster was going to work, like, on PC, but you guys all have PlayStation Riftmasters.
Yes,
yeah,
do.
Alec has an Xbox one.
Yeah.
We opted for the PlayStation one. We asked.
I asked for
we
this.
wanted it. Yeah.
So
I asked
for
it.
So I will take the blame for this because I asked the three of you guys to see if PC support was going to be better universally. But turns out so heavily, ironically, that the PlayStation Riftmaster does not work on PC with Fortnite Festival, but instead
with Fortnite Festival asterisk.
With everything else, Clone Hero it works out the gate like 80%. There's no tilt or whammy. Yarg, you can map it. Guitar Hero World Tour Definitive Edition, you can map it. Like, literally anything you could throw it at, it just works as a HID game controller, right?
So we've talked about the festival side of things, kind of, that the modes here exist. Now we're going to get into the PvP side of things. So when pre-orders came out, like, I forget what day it was, maybe March 21st, 22nd, somewhere in that range, people were kind of confused when they were looking at the pre-orders when they saw the Xbox version. It said compatible on Xbox One, Series, etc., and also PC. But the PlayStation one only said PlayStation 4 and 5. So it did not explicitly state it would work on PC. However, the pictures that show the box said PC on it. It had a little symbol for a PS4, PS5, and PC. So it's like kind of mixed messaging. What's going on there? In my video where I went over the Riftmaster, I showed the box, and I showed myself using it on my PC, on Clone Hero. So, I mean, people were understandably a bit confused about how the compatibility worked. I was confused. Yep. We all kind of assumed that it was going to work on Fortnite Festival, even though it was never explicitly stated. And in our I suppose you could call it sponsorships, even though we weren't really paid. We were just given a Riftmaster for free to review, which is still a sponsorship.
Some of us.
Yeah.
This is true. Some of us, yeah. I can speak for myself. I mean, I received a free product for review. That's it, which is enough to be considered a paid sponsorship. But
I will say, like, we were supposed to cover this up with tape. This is where it says compatible with Fortnite Festival.
Yes.
And Rock Band.
Because they were worried.
I have everything except for Rock Band.
That makes sense.
Something and Rock Band, and because it was something that, it was just up in the air, I think, at the time. So it was just...
Because technically there was nothing talked about this instrument mode yet from an official way. So really, as far as people know, people would have thought, "Oh, I can just use this instead of my controller now to play." Like, and it wasn't official. Like, nothing was set in stone about a date when this mode was coming out. So maybe the Riftmaster would launch. Maybe you'd get your Riftmaster a week or two before this would launch. I don't think they knew that yet when they were printing these boxes many minutes ago. I mean, Alka got sent this guitar like in January.
Yeah,
and
they were
ready to go.
It said it on there. It said Fortnite Festival and Rock Band.
Same box that you guys are getting. Same Riftmaster you're getting. There's been no hardware changes. They've been pumping these things out for months. They've been in manufacturing. So like that's just the way manufacturing goes. You have to have the shit ready months in advance so you can get it made and ready to go.
Bring it
to
the warehouse,
which also explains why we aren't getting more right away right now. That exactly explains why they're
manufacturing them.
And so with this whole like box conversation, let's talk about the JNAC tweet.
JNAC
JNAC tweet, the
legendary
JNAC tweet. I'll actually pull it up right now. But
shout out to JNAC.
Play Rock Band 3 Deluxe.
Yeah, play Rock Band 3 Deluxe. Play a show.
Play
Rock Band 3
show.
Deluxe. That motherfucker is a genius. Anyway, I was gonna say, after the whole uproar about the PlayStation Riftmasters not working on PC, they we could talk about the that one tweet where they said this is not an image we shared.
Yeah, we have to start there. We have to start at the beginning.
This was happening day one of Instrument Mode. And so
while
I was streaming, I was told I was excited, having a great time, and I was like, oh yeah, Rock Band 4 guitars work. It's kind of weird that you can't like bind anything. I don't see anything in the menus, but that's okay. It probably everything else probably works, right? And then slowly people were starting to tell me, hey man, nothing works. Hey bro, my Explorer does not work. I'm spinning around. I don't see that thing. And then and it slowly dawned on me that it was only Rock Band. If you're playing on PC, it's only Rock Band for Xbox One that works off the rip without any modifications whatsoever. And so you can see on my live stream, I don't even know if it's still live because it got copyright blocked on YouTube. But there's like a fucking frame of me going like that, realizing what's going on, and it was used as like a meme on Twitter for a little bit. You know, when Festival was talking about some stuff, the guitar compatibility tweet on day one. But that being said, after that whole uproar happened, you guys were very vocal about the PlayStation Rift Masters not working on PC, and then was it JNack made a tweet saying like, "Oh, so this is just a lie, right?" And showed the box.
Yeah, so JNack's tweet was in reference to a reply that PDP put out on Twitter, where somebody was saying, "So wait, PlayStation doesn't work on PC," and then PDP was responding, "Only the Xbox version is designed for PC support." And then JNack replied to that with a quote tweet with pictures of the box for the PlayStation Rift Master, which
from Amazon.
From Amazon, from their site. These are official images that were on the listings. I mean, nobody else could have made these but PDP. And then PDP, unfortunately, responded with, "This is not an image we shared." This is like, I'll get the image up of that, because it was swiftly deleted. That was deleted very quickly. I don't know why it didn't.
It was gone. It was gone within like 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, so
it shouldn't have existed in the first place.
I saw that tweet happen live like a minute after it
got
posted.
And that was
like, and then I was looking at my phone, I was like, oh no.
I think we all had a moment of like, oh shit. It's getting real now.
Because of the fact that like we all were like, don't do this, PDP, like don't do this to yourself, because like I think that it's safe to say that PDP has probably never seen an uproar or controversy like this before with the community. And you know, the Guitar Hero Rock Band community is very vocal and very outspoken, and so people
ultra
are really
passionate.
Ultra passionate. Yeah, like,
that's
like
a nice
that,
way of
that's
spinning
it's
it.
like an understatement, right? So I think that
we love our Twitter discourse, I guess.
Look,
you know?
God bless
evident.
the social media guy, right? Like I'm sure he's a cool dude, right? But it's evident that he didn't have the right information, and that's not really on him. The whole reason why that tweet was deleted is because somebody in the company probably told him, like, bro, delete that right now. Like, delete it right now.
The images, they are from us. You must get rid of that. That is just a blatant lie.
And
not
and
true.
the whole defense, right, is that PDP never explicitly stated on Twitter that the PlayStation model will work on PC. Like, they never said that, right? Like, we can all
it actually, in
right?
any official sense, besides the box having a PC thing on it, nothing said it would work on PC. On
but
the
damage
pages,
was already done.
Except, Jason, you found that that one press kit that was sent out to Expedia places.
PC plastered all over it.
This is what I would call in no certain terms, like this is a smoking gun, right? Like this is just like, oh God, who shot him? And with there's guns right here. There's a translation guide. There's a media kit that has a translation guide in it for media companies to use. And this is a kit that was sent out to all different websites. You can still go download this right now, by the way. And in it, in the text, it has all different languages. English has been scrubbed of PC. But if you look through every other language on the spreadsheet, it still has PC mentioned in the PlayStation text.
Yeah.
That's a smoking gun right there.
It tells you all you need
to know. Not to mention the fact that, you know, if we pay attention to JNack's tweet, there's a problem. I don't know if anybody's noticed what the issue is, but it's pretty bad. So PDP, not only did they put the sticker in the wrong place on the box, but they put it on upside down.
Yeah, so
and this is from PDP's warehouse, by the way.
Yes,
this is directly from PDP's warehouse. These are PDP workers who put these on. This is not Amazon.
The plan to rectify the PC kerfuffle about it not being compatible was they printed out a sticker that was essentially what the box already showed. Yeah, it's common. This is frequent. This happens in industries. You know, just cover up something that was not correct on the box for shipping. This is nothing crazy here. But the fact that they scrubbed PC from the sticker, they were meant to put that sticker over the part of the box that showed the PC symbol on it. But people were just slapping them on the boxes seemingly randomly with no care in the world.
This is probably due to the fact that they got fucking community noted on Twitter. You know, it's like
they got community noted about false advertising.
Noted, you get community noted for
with
false
my
advertising.
fucking video being linked. Didn't like that.
Like, dude, your video is the fucking source.
I am the source for why people are claiming false advertising, which I do not agree with, and I don't think that would ever hold up in a court of law. PDP did not falsely advertise because plug it into your PC, it does work. Not on Festival, but on Clone Hero and on Yarg and on every other game, it works.
And it is technically compatible with Fortnite Festival, but
we'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there, right?
We'll get there.
Listen,
that's
the
a nice
week
teaser.
Got so much better because of yesterday. We're working our way to yesterday.
Saturday, April 27th.
There's still so much to cover. We haven't even talked about how shit the engine is. That's another subject.
We gotta get into the video game. Yeah, we're talking about peripherals.
So still on Tuesday, we're playing the game. I'm streaming it. I'm depressed. We're all depressed, but we're still showcasing this because there's FCs to be made. There's still a full game FC to fucking happen.
Yeah, like 100, how many? Right? 150, 170 songs?
157. There's 157 songs. I hit 100 last night, and that shit's dying on Monday. I don't give a fuck. That's dying on Monday. Carry on Wayward. Okay, no. You know what? Just a whole blanket statement. Rhythm Authors, you cooked. Great charts.
They did.
These
are
cooked. Fantastic.
Thank you, Rhythm Authors.
They're
very
awesome.
Good job.
I'll also talk and say that a lot of the snoozers and the stuff that's not interesting to play are interesting because perfect notes do exist on pro lead and pro bass.
True.
There's no perfect pop-up on the side of the board, but there's a little subtle indicator where if you hit a note and then there's sparkles that come off of the hit flames, then that is a perfect.
Sparkles, and it gives that little that reverberating moving out piece of the note when you hit
it. Which fun fact, some lore fact. Hey, that's the name of the podcast. Fucking not lore fact, it's Lore Hero.
Lore fact.
podcast.
DJ Hero has a perfect indicator. If you play that game on DJ Hero 1 and 2, it's a little bit more obvious on 2. I think I might be wrong, but it does a little firework animation kind of. If you
that's
hit it
right.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. But the interesting part is that they don't fucking tell you how many perfects you hit at the end of a song. It's just an indicator. It's just there. So
it doesn't give more points or anything like that.
I don't know. I don't know, but I can tell you it might.
I couldn't remember the intricacies.
I couldn't remember, but all I know is that the indicator is there.
Everybody knows that these two gems of games, these have perfects too, and they do matter.
True. Yeah,
both
Rock Revolution has perfects and goods, man.
Hashtag
I almost PFC'd somebody told me by the Killers on Rock Revolution.
Wow. I was bringing up the judgments on Fortnite Festival and how great that was, and then somebody said to me, they're like, "You're just going to leave out Rock Revolution?" And I'm like, "Damn, man."
Yes, I will.
Rock Revolution
No, you know what? Rock Revolution actually is a pretty good engine. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of like Guitar Hero 2 if it had Ascending Ghosting. So it's kind of like a stricter Guitar Hero 3 in a sense. Guitar Hero Aerosmith. Kind of like that.
Don't talk about Unbroken, though. We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Unbroken.
Well, Unbroken is literal.
It is very broken. Ask Nuno VH about that.
Shout out to Nuno.
If you're in the comments, please explain it in full detail, 5-paragraph essay, APA style.
Thank you, Nuno.
Nuno, you're more than welcome to do that yourself. We invite you.
Yeah, but we don't talk about Power Gig. That game sucks balls.
Nah.
Oh, he's going to grab his guitar. He's got it right there.
I already brought it out last episode. I don't need to. I don't need to.
Him. I got the reaction I wanted. All right. No, okay, so where were we? So Tuesday, I'm playing the game. There's still FCs to be had. The Rhythm Authors cooked with a lot of the stuff. I like the new charts of songs that were previously in Rock Band games. Like Down with the Sickness is a little bit weird, but I fuck with the vision. I fuck with the vision. I fuck with it, and I never really liked the Rock Band 2 chart in the first place. If I'm being completely honest, I never really liked it. But I like the way that it's just like hammer-on chords now, even with how jank hammer-on chords are. I guess they work the best in that song. And then
because they're all hammer-on chords.
So.
Black Hole Sun is so good.
Yes,
yeah, Black Hole Sun.
I played that last night for the first time.
In my rankings of those charts go Rock Band 1 being the lowest because it's heavily undercharted, Guitar Hero Wars of Rock DLC, and then fucking Fortnite Festival Pro.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love that lead chart.
They did a like Rhythm Authors, like again, like we just gassed them up, but it's like seriously though, like Rhythm Authors, like I've definitely had choice things to say about Rhythm Authors in the Rock Band 4 era, but I think I think the Fortnite Festival has really like reinvigorated them, and now that they have new blood and new talent as well involved, I think that
I want to say that they with new blood, new talent, and probably a little bit more freedom since they're not they're not like
I would say so. I think that they have more freedom for sure.
Yeah, Harmonix and Rhythm Authors are not exactly operating.
I mean, bro, what chord did we see in a chart? Green, yellow, orange. Harmonix
haven't seen that
never
in a long
did that.
time.
In Flickering Flame, man, on Flickering Flame, we have a green, yellow, orange. Two of them. Two of those chords.
Like that's like people don't realize how big of a deal that is based on history.
It's a big indicator of changes.
Can I just make a hyperbolized statement right now and get your guys' gut reactions to it?
Sure.
Most polished charts in a Rhythm 5-fret game to date so far.
In a minute. It's been a minute because like Warriors
Probably,
of Rock,
I would say
feel
so.
like are the most polished.
They're pretty
most
good.
polished like late into the series. But as a first release and the first impressions, these are great. I think these charts are
as they should be good because this genre of game has been around since 2005. We just keep getting better.
They've had a lot of time to iterate and improve.
A lot of people on Rhythm Authors that came from the community that they've been charting.
Like Daijubes came from CSC, and like you can like in my opinion, you can feel the influence a lot. Like,
and in my opinion, as somebody who really doesn't play Clone Hero that much, to be fair, I think CSC is kind of like the gold standard for what you should be looking for. Like with charts, they put out good stuff generally. I'm very happy with CSC charts, so grabbing talent from them is a good move. I think on Rhythm Authors' part.
It was.
You know how like most rock band charts, it almost felt like they were scared of using chords.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
they like using your
if
single
you played
notes,
like the middle,
especially
or, like,
3
song,
notes.
Yeah, if you use okay. So one thing I noticed is that they're just using triple chords. They're just using triple notes like all the time. I see it in Everlong. I see it a lot in that one. I see it a lot in Suddenly I See. I see it a lot in I think Everlong was the most surprising one that they just ended up using green, red, blue triple chords in the chorus. I'm like, damn, this works out. I like it.
Everlong's wild.
So my thing is that like this is like some bizarro parallel universe where that it kind of merged into our real world where it's how Guitar Hero 3 abused the fuck out of triple chords. Like almost every song was using triple chords. It's kind of like a glimpse into that. And then you played the Rock Band 1 and they're all using like single notes and barely any chords. And if you saw like a triple chord, it was like a very specific situation. But no, I think they're just they kind of put their hands up. We're like, all right, let's just start from the beginning and just make some fun ass charts for people. And I think that they really nailed it this time around.
And that's what I appreciate is that they're not focusing on like being hyper accurate. Like there's a balance. There's a balance.
Just about being fun.
Song 2 is not fucking boring anymore. It's not.
Yeah,
it's no longer that yellow note in the chorus. No, it's no longer the din in it, which is actually an octave, and they decide to chart that as a single note.
Well, Harmonix is famous for that too. Like they chart octave chords as singles like all.
Before
the time.
I forget, Rock Band 3 chart is very evident.
Yes,
it's like
just
do. Because I guess it was a whole like feel the music type thing instead of being accurate.
No, it totally was, and even a chart like Down with the Sickness. Like I really like the way that they did the chords.
You know what's funny, JP? You were saying hyper accurate, but Guitar Hero 3, before I forget, is actually the most hyper accurate.
It is
in that bridge.
Yeah,
whereas the Rock Band chart is just not. But Harmonix has gone through like different types of charting philosophies over the years, and DLC was just a different world compared to On Disc and earlier DLCs because they were handled by different teams. Yeah, it was different. And then Rock Band 4 came around, and Rhythm Authors was handling most of the stuff. And even then, they were doing recharts of Rock Band Network re-releases, where they've had some better input on the charts than they originally were. For instance, Mordecai by Between the Buried and Me was a kind of a what's the term? It's a it's a weird like open-handed blast beat with not a consistent on the drums. And I don't know if ELX was doing revisions of drum charts by that time when they got Mordecai in Rock Band 4, but now it's just a straight up red yellow hi-hat blast beat. or
for
opening
real?
hi-hat blast beat. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know they touched up Rock Band network charts when they went to Rock Band. I didn't know that. I thought they were just straight up port.
Arcadion by Children of Nova is touched up a little bit too. It's a lot more consistent and a lot less, I guess, all over the place. But that song is all over the place anyway. But the original Rock Band network chart was fucking weird. But then they fixed a lot of the stuff. They cleaned it up in Rock Band 4. As for guitar charts, I couldn't tell you, but it was mostly the drum charts that they were touching up. So
cool.
now that we have like Rock Band 2 tracks, like the middle has more power chords in it.
Yes.
Everlong has more triple chords in there. Whereas I don't even remember triple chords being in Everlong on Rock Band 2.
No way.
And the main riff is like nerfed a little bit. Instead of like the da 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 da, it's like da 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 da, kind of like the World Tour chart.
They don't have the in betweens. Yeah,
I don't have the in betweens, so it missed that fun for me. But like I don't know, I guess like I can fuck with it. I can fuck with it because they had triple chords in there and they touched up a lot of the stuff. But
I'm just glad they didn't grab the Rock Band charts and just slap them in.
I'm so happy that they didn't do that.
From the very I haven't encountered any, at least, that have done
Go
that.
With the Flow. Did you guys play Go With the Flow on Pro Lead?
I've
not played that one yet, no.
In the intro, for some reason, they have like some wailing orange notes on a sustain. I don't know what that's about. So, I was like, do 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 do, and then it goes do 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 do.
The last one before it goes into the verse.
That little on... Even on standard pad, we're like, why is it like that? And then it translates.
Oh yeah, because
over
it does lifts, right?
It does
on standard pad mode.
Like, I'm like, what's happening there? But I think it might be like when you pick up a real guitar and you're going like that.
Yeah, I think it's like
vibrato.
I think it's vibrato and like kind of effect as well, like because they do have like a bit of like a tone effect on that song for the lead.
Okay. And so they probably took a look at that and they're like,
what I hear
is
they're just prepping us for the tone switch coming back. From the old Strats, where we could
I'm down with it, man. I'm down.
Notably missing from the Riffmaster, by the way.
Yeah, where's that at? Come on, man.
Rock Band 4 Strats are going to be the premium way to play now.
Sorry, we went on a little charting tangent praising
my Riffmaster's on the floor.
They deserved it. Sorry, we went on a little bit of a tangent. We deserved, what is it? Rhythm Authors deserved a little bit of praise for their work on the charts.
They really do. Because you got to remember, they're working full time now. Rock Band 4 was part time,
Yeah,
right,
now
so
it's their whole fucking gig. Yep.
This is one of those
8 songs a week sometimes.
The feedback sandwich where you like stick the compliment in before you get into the real nitty gritty. That's what we're doing. We're getting we're gassing them up before we light the match and throw it.
To be fair, these are different teams as well. We wouldn't want to put a certain thing on a certain team. Whatever. Rhythm Authors is their own independent thing.
Absolutely.
So we just got to go back to the timeline because we're talking about
now, right?
There's 157 songs in the game. I'm depressed playing the game, but I need to FC the songs. But things do get better. One more thing I wanted to mention is that Pro Drums is not in here yet, but it is confirmed because there are drum charts. There are drum charts in the files, and
in the strings.
Want to support them.
And,
the only thing that's still up in the air is Pro Vocals. I know a lot of people have been vocal about that. But
good one.
But like, if they can make that happen, I don't see that happening like for another year. To be completely honest,
I don't either.
They definitely have the technology to do it, but doing it right, we don't know, and that's probably what they're waiting for too.
That and there's nothing in the files. Like the MIDIs do not have.
The MIDIs
vocals.
do not have a vocal chart at all.
So if they would go that route, they'd have to go back and rechart by that time hundreds.
And that's a
of
lot
songs.
of work because you got to remember
a lot of extra work.
Like they're making 2 different types of charts and going full difficulty for each instrument now.
You know what? This reminds me. Harmonix made a vocal engine in an Unreal Engine game. A little game called Twitch Sings. There's thousands of vocal charts, pitched vocal charts, much like you would see in Rock Band. But they didn't feel 100% right, and that vocal engine was a little bit weird, given that they never made a vocal engine. The general public hadn't seen a vocal engine in Unreal from Harmonix, but I will say I feel like they pumped those out at a very alarming rate. So maybe they have something up their sleeve for pro vocals. That's my theory. They have something.
I feel like honestly that'd be an easy thing to automate with AI nowadays.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what they did because they had a whole bunch of covers of songs and the vocal charts weren't fantastic. But it's a karaoke game. Who cares about looking at the charts?
Yeah,
so I think if they do pro vocals, they're probably going to AI that shit. And honestly,
I feel like you could just pretty much push the button, and now it just has one.
And I'm being completely honest. I've charted vocals before. It fucking sucks. I hate charting vocals. personally, it's the most tedious process of the entire. Next to tempo
tedious.
mapping, and depending on what song it is, and tempo mapping is also relative to what song it is, but depending on what song you're charting for vocals, it can suck a lot of dick to to actually sit down and make the little piano roll pitch correctly, and you do the, you do the little plus sign, you add a little lyric events. Oh my god, I don't want to. No, don't. But I don't know. There's probably better ways of doing it. I just remember doing it when I was like 15 or 16. But yeah, I think if you can, they're separating stems with AI. So
they are.
What is the difference between taking a separated vocal stem and then just it automating a chart off of it? It's very likely that they could do that, and I think they probably will.
I have a really interesting question real quick, because this is, I think, going to be handled differently than how Rock Band did, and it's just a matter of how. But let's say we do get pro vocals. What happens to songs like Sandstorm or Flickering Flame?
No vocals.
Yeah.
True, you just wouldn't have vocals, I guess. Right?
You just wouldn't have pro vocals on there.
I'm be real. I just want them. Can they meme it? Can they just, like, for Sandstorm? Can they put do 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 do?
Yeah,
just do it.
I'd like
just
that.
Knowing how much freedom that they have. Come on, man. Skeet notes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think that they
come on, man.
I think that they could do that. And
I'm saying,
and, like,
just make a joke of it. Fuck it.
They are having so much. Yeah, sorry, JP. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just gonna say, we're sitting here. I know Kyle has listened to the onslaught of "We need I'm Han Solo" in the game.
Hey, by this time this is out, it might be. It might be.
I'm putting my money where my mouth. I'm putting the money in my mouth. I guess. I don't know.
Money in your mouth?
Money in my mouth, because I have a fat stack of V-Bucks for 50 people. To get I'm Han Solo if it gets into the fucking game. I'm dead serious.
I commented on your tweet and I said, Kyle, please, and he liked it. So I'm just saying.
I got a super chat in my stream last night, and saying, "Yo, the producer of Festival has been liking a lot of tweets about I'm Han Solo." It would be so fun if it's in there, and if we get I'm Han Solo, we'll probably get the other parody songs that were in Connect.
Just imagine the TikTok videos, bro. Like, they really put this in the game.
Feeling like a star, can't stop my shine.
Yeah, exactly. Like doing the dance alongside.
Do the trash compactor, bro. The trash compactor. It's so good. I just remember the JonTron video. I watched that JonTron video.
So now I'm finally learning about this, because I was
so
unaware of any of this, so now I'm learning what this is. This was on Connect Star Wars, apparently.
Wait, no way. You haven't heard of Han Solo?
You haven't played the classic harmonics takeoff of Just Dance called Dance Central, friend?
So the reason why I know about it is because of that JonTron video, and that Star Wars Connect video is like legendary for me.
It's
like
so legendary.
Old JonTron, like early 2010s for me. Is still like in a rotation every now and then. But it was that, and then he like goes to this. Oh, what's this dance game? And then he goes in, and the song starts, and it's a Jason Derulo parody of Riding Solo.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But it's Han Solo being defrosted from his fucking
that's why
his
it's
thing.
So funny.
And we're just like, oh my god, he's getting defrosted, and this is the first thing that he's doing. So
Kyle, do the same thing in Fortnite. I beg you.
But before Fortnite was a thing, before we could be like, oh my god, Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty is hitting the gritty on Master Chief and Kratos. Before that was like a joke, like doing stuff like that, doing silly things with famous beloved IPs was not a thing. It was only it was like, because the MTV Video Mods was just kind of a weird thing. It was a rarity because it was just like, oh, that's kind of funny and stupid. I hope that doesn't stick. But now it's a very common practice. But this is one of the instances where you just see a piece of art, like, essentially, if you were a diehard fan, you look at this and you're like, oh my fucking god, what did they do to Star Wars? What do they do? Why is he getting defrosted and starting to dance to Jason Derulo parody? Because that's why it's such a big meme. So it was like the first instance of a silly a character doing something silly and very out of character, and they're dead serious about it being in the game.
Dude,
it took time to animate it.
I know we got
put it in.
I know we got burned for our optimism leading up to pro mode, but I don't know, man. Like I trust Kyle. I trust him.
Hey,
I trust Kyle. I really do.
Hey, he did say he couldn't believe that we got Get Low by Lil Jon, and so he's probably.
If you guys have heard how they had to censor that, it's pretty funny. You know, the chorus goes, "Skeet skeet mother effer." They can't say mother effer because that'd be stupid. They obviously can't say motherfucker. So they just say skeet 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 skeet.
It's like over and over.
It's the radio edit. It's like the craziest radio edit because it's just like. Sweat down these falls.
The sweat drops down and
all
falls.
These females crawl.
Skeet,
Skeet. And so, like, the skeet
And I'm not
thing,
exaggerating right here. It is 17 minutes long. It takes forever to play.
I think
5.5
minutes.
Censor
okay, all right. So,
hold on. Instead of you can keep your ass where you at, you can keep yourself where you at. That's so good.
Keep yourself where you're at. Yeah.
That's
so you know. I'm also gonna say this, bro. I don't know if there's a full version of the radio edit. I think Fortnite Festival is the only place with the full 5.5 minute radio edit.
Yeah. Good call. It's fucking long.
I sure didn't know the song was that long. So.
I didn't know it was 5.5 minutes. I thought it was 4 minutes tops, but that apparently there's more verses.
The lead chart's boring as shit too. Like it's not their fault. It's just how the song.
It's just the nature of the song. Yeah, every chart is boring except for vocals. That's pretty fun. Every other chart is just for 5.5 minutes. It hurts.
Cause it's East Side Boys, Yin Yang Twins. I didn't even know Yin. Well, no, I did know Yin Yang was in the song, but I didn't realize they had that many fucking verses. Sorry, I
legitimately thought it was chorus, verse, chorus, done. I don't think I've ever actually heard the full song.
Nope, I certainly did. I never would have expected there to be 5 verses.
No. Yeah, I noticed that there. I looked on YouTube, but I didn't look any further than YouTube. I don't know if there's a full 5.5 minute version. That's the album version of the song. That's the radio edit. I think it's only the 4.5.
If any of you guys know in the comments, let us know because we're not going to sit here and research it. We'll rather spread misinformation.
Yeah. No, because like I was trying to make a video, and I needed to overlay the audio because the game audio was too quiet, and I couldn't for the fucking life of me find the 5.5 minute version.
Oh, okay, that's right.
And I was like, oh, this is interesting. I've only found like custom edits of the song, and I was like, okay, I'm too far gone. I can't do this. Sorry, where were we in the timeline?
We haven't even spoken about the engine yet. We've been glazing the charts.
Sorry, we're glazing. Yeah. My bad.
Let's talk about the engine. It's not good.
It's okay.
It has good bones.
Let's talk about the good qualities of it first. I like singular hammer-ons. They feel very good.
Hammer-ons
feel good.
Awesome.
Unless
they're
hammer-ons.
Because it's a static hit window. It's not dynamic.
Yes,
so the notes get closer together. It doesn't shrink like in Rock Band 3. That's why Rock Band 3 is so hard. When fast stuff comes up,
we'll make the
you
hit
have less time to hit.
Soon, we promise.
Yes. So static hit window means
next week,
there's a constant window of time where every note can be hit. And whatever, we'll talk about that more in depth later.
The game looks nice. Like the visuals are fantastic,
gorgeous. Yeah. I want to eat the gems.
It brings back the green, red, yellow, blue, orange. It's not just all purple.
Even
Overdrive
though,
notes are no longer orange; they're white.
This is going to open up a window for customizable colors in the future, and they're probably just wondering. I know they're probably wondering how they can monetize it. Because you can't do that shit
probably.
for free.
Do it. Take my money. Make it look like Rock Band 2.
Put it in the Battle Pass. Put it in the Festival Pass, like in the Free Pass or something, even.
You are Harmonix. You own the IPs to Rock Band 1, 2, 3, 4, all these highways. Do it. Give me the Rock Band highway.
You have the fucking patent from 1999, bro.
Yeah.
You have
I'm pretty sure that they also have an issue with the the legibility too, right? Because they want people to be able to say, hey, are they playing on Gamepad? Hey, are they playing on Pro from a visual? Right?
Yeah, but now people want colored frets on Gamepad.
You know what's funny about legibility? The hammer-on texture is literally the Yarg. It feels like it looks exactly like the Yarg tap note texture. And so since Yarg is picking up in the community, everyone's seeing those gems all the time. But when we start playing Fortnite Festival, everyone's going, "Are those tap notes?" Like, no. Rock Band never had tap notes, and that's the thing. People didn't realize that Harmonix never had open strums or tap notes. But that's not.
They did a great job distinguishing them from singles.
Yeah, they did a great job making it legible. Yeah.
Best distinguishment ever, because that's been a thing forever. With like Rock Band 1 especially.
Rock Band 1 was fucking
I can't
awful.
know which ones I don't have to strum. But there's no ambiguity here to what's a hopo. They did a very good job with that.
Although I will say there's nothing in game that explains how it works. So
no tutorials.
We're gonna have to talk about that.
I keep seeing over and over people saying, and people come up with the greatest names. My favorite so far is, how do you hit the sushi notes? Because the hammer-ons...
No, what?
Yo, the hammer-ons look like... They have white,
so
they have white on either side like rice, and then the middle is seaweed. Yeah. It's sushi notes.
Yeah. Damn, I want to get some sushi today.
Dude, it's delicious.
Sense, right?
You know what? I'm heading down that way today.
We have Jolly Ranchers for strums and sushi for hammer-ons.
Sushi today.
With Jolly Rancher notes.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
But,
okay, this is a lot of people's introduction to the new game, to the style of game, you know?
Yep.
How else would they know?
Positives out of the way. Let's talk about the strum before forming problem.
The game doesn't work.
Yeah.
It works. It's just you have to be a robot.
I'll take this. So,
please.
In every game you've played up until now, Guitar Hero 1 even had this. Clone Hero has this. Every game has this. There's a window of leniency, which we found out from this, that this is kind of like an industry term, coyote timing, which is like a bit of leniency given to where you feel like you should be able to do an action, even though technically you shouldn't. Like the example for a coyote timing is like if you're running off of a cliff and then like your feet are off the side of the cliff, but that's only like, one frame. You can't perfectly react to that. So there's like a couple of frames in a video game where you'd have like a leniency where you could jump and still like jump off the cliff instead of just falling immediately. So that's what coyote timing is. But in this sense, it is a window of time where you can strum a note before actually fretting it. So if you have your guitar, it's plugged in, it's under, it's up. So normally if you're hitting notes, you have to hold down the fret and then you have to strum. But you can do this. Strum and then fret. It's not that much time. You have to be pretty much quicker than that. But there is a leniency period. But it's not there in Fortnite Festival. So we've all grown accustomed to playing in a way where we don't even think about it. It's just subconsciously. We're just playing, and then sometimes we'll strum before we fret. You cannot do this in Fortnite Festival. So we kind of have to relearn how to play the game. We have to make a very concerted effort. Currently, yeah, it's kind of known. We've seen developers say, yeah, we're aware of this, and I don't think they've said that they're going to change it, but we can only assume because it would make the game more playable for more people.
I can try and pull up the chat log so you can have this as a picture on the screen. But Kyle was in my chat day one, and he was saying, "Hey, the engine feels kind of like Rock Band 4, but it's not quite where we want to have it yet. So they plan on fixing it." And I brought up the strum fret leniency, and that's where I learned about the term coyote time. So, yeah. So essentially, it's in the devs' heads right now. Who knows? They probably got that shit fixed already.
Yeah, they're gonna fix it.
They probably got that shit fixed, but
ideally at the mid-season update.
Yeah, mid-season update or something, or hopefully in what
as a hot fix.
Yeah,
but that might not be hot
right?
fixable. That
might not be hot fixable.
Yeah.
I think it would have to be a big code base update, so it's in the next big 2-week update. So we gotta suffer one more week with this. By the time you're listening to this, we're halfway through the week. Maybe next week they'll fix it, bro.
Maybe it's really not that bad once you get used to it. I'll be honest. But so if you're new to the engine and you've been playing everything else for forever, it will take a while to get used to it.
Yeah, it definitely depends.
Yes.
So if you could not ingest what Jake was saying, a viewer told me in chat, Don Dama in the chat was like, so it's basically like soulless strumming everything, where you fret. You fret the hammer on, and then you strum the next note after it. That's kind of what it's
good
like
analogy.
right now.
It's exactly how it is.
So for any plates listening, that's what it's like. Essentially, it's not as disgusting because it's like if you're solo strumming on Guitar Hero 3, not on Clone Hero. Because solo strumming on Clone Hero actually kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. But I got used to that over time. But yeah, if you know, you know. But it's not terrible. But if you're willing to suffer through it, but JP, you're straight up on the I'm gonna wait. You're on the I'm gonna wait train. I don't blame you.
I played. Jason and I were playing yesterday, and I was telling him, I was like, Jason, like I'm missing so much stuff, right? Because like it might be different for me because like I start with an up strum, and that's affected my gameplay in so many different ways. You wouldn't think that starting on the opposite direction would change the way you play so much, but it does, and it's like a curse. I'm gonna be honest, like. It's a fucking curse.
I remember the day you started up strumming, bro. I remember that shit. I'm like, oh, that does look pretty comfortable. But
yeah,
and then I
it
tried
works
it,
for me.
like,
but
I was like, I'm gonna stick with the. I'm gonna stick with.
Like we were playing Counting Stars, right, Jason? And that's the song where I was like, bro, I just keep missing. Like I can't hit anything. Like I had to I had to strum like this, like accent really hard.
Yep.
Like,
I've been seeing other people do
now
too.
Now I can see why it's fucking up for you. If you main an up strum, you're on the downbeat, you're on an up strum.
Exactly.
It's like different for you. So for me, I guess I I guess for me, I put a lot of effort into understanding what starts on a downstrum and what ends on a downstrum, what ends, and it's like pattern recognition type shit.
Yeah, and that's because you're competitive. Like I'm a lot more casual, right?
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
That's why I'm willing to wait, because I'm like, well, I'm not going for FCs. Like, I'm just gonna unlock the whole festival pass, and then once they fix it, I'm willing to play more and like make content surrounding it. But right now, it's like, is it a skill issue in a way? It kind of is. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, what you're explaining is like an edge case, right? Like, who plays the way that you do? Not many people, but I've seen it.
Gammo plays that way.
Gammo does it, but I haven't.
But Gammo's way better at the game than I am. So
I haven't seen many people play the way that you do. But people have been kind of vocal about it in my chat every now and then. Be like, "Oh, I'm primarily like my downbeat is on an upstrum. I start on upstrums." I'm like, interesting.
Yeah,
but, a couple of my buddies play. My buddy plays like that. It's like that. But yeah, you're right. In a way, I'm able to just pattern recognition 5 notes in a row, ends on a downstrum.
Down. Yep. Oh, there's only 4. Down, up.
Only 4.
Oh, there's 6 this time.
Down,
up still.
There's 6 even numbers and on and up. It's like that.
Or if it's not on the beat line, it's up for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, but like that's the thing with me, I guess. So nobody's gotten to that level brain rot. Nobody talks about that shit because why would you?
Yeah, no. Exactly.
And at that point, we don't even think about it. It's just natural.
It's just natural.
Just play the
just
game.
Just like strum before fretting. You do it without thinking about it.
That's how we play the game. That's how we always could play the game for 18 years.
Before I forget Bridge in Guitar Hero 3, if we had to play that
chart
in Fortnite Festival, would be terrible.
It'd be insane.
The hardest part would be the quick insane. Red, blue, yellow, orange, red, blue.
Oh my god, that'd be
hard as hell. That'd be hard as hell.
You know what? Not even the bridge. The whole chart would suck to play.
Oh, even the chorus, where you have to switch between all those 3 notes.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hold on, guys. We need to clarify just how much space there is for certain games, because I got to give a shout out to Sri Lane behind Clone Hero. Sri Lane was in my chat the other day. He gave me the exact amount of coyote time that Clone Hero has, which is a little under 1/10 of a second. So it's 86 milliseconds.
86.
86. Yeah. So, hey, he actually said in my chat, he's like, if I could go back, I'd make that lower now. He literally said that.
Oh my
86
God.
is a lot. That's very generous.
Oh no, dude, that's like the same sort of thing. Hearing that infinite front end was a fucking bug. Oh
yeah.
That's more than the Guitar Hero timing window, because I believe.
I'm sorry. That strum leniency in Clone Hero is enabled so much bad fucking habits from players. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care. You play like shit. Okay, you do.
Got him.
Right? I don't care. I don't care, dude. FC chiasm, then you can talk to me. Okay, all right, sorry.
It's much shorter in the Guitar Hero games, which is why it's a bit more of an issue with that Clone Hero is a bit more lenient with it, because I believe it's like 34 milliseconds in Guitar Hero, which is 2 frames.
Sorry for popping off, but what is it in Guitar Hero 3? Do we know what it's like in Guitar Hero 3? Because
that's what I'm basing it off of. That's what I'm basing it off.
Is it actually?
I want to say it's 2 frames, 34 milliseconds. I want to say that, but I cannot confirm it. I saw these numbers like 5 years ago.
Haven't people said the GH3 PCs is bigger, actually?
I want to bring up that Abby video again, where he plays Bulls on Parade by strumming the wrong, he strums the wrong chord and then frets it, because that's essentially
it's a great video.
That's essentially
video.
Coyote
I remember
time.
that.
That's essentially
we've already talked
time.
about this exact video on this podcast.
We literally have, because we were talking about extended hit window and Jill finding that glitch in Guitar Hero 2 360, and in return working on all Harmonix games up until Rock Band 3.
Yeah, if you want to go full brain rot, this whole mechanic is responsible for the entirety of scoring meta in the past 3 years. Because you can abuse the shit out of this, because it actually makes the timing window larger. So if you have like 100 milliseconds front end, 100 milliseconds, you have 200 milliseconds to hit a note. With this coyote timing, you essentially have like 250 milliseconds to hit a note. There's more time to hit a note, therefore you can squeeze it harder, therefore you can get more points.
I think that it's worth throwing in real quick, too. We keep saying coyote time. Just so people know where the term came from, like why it's called that, watch Looney Tunes, Wile E. Coyote. It's literally named after him running off a cliff
and just
stopping.
not falling.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. There's a split second before he's punished for the action. That's what it's named after, is that right there. Just throwing that in, too. That's important. Because that way it'll stick in your brain. Shit, I didn't strum.
It makes
Wile E.
the most
Coyote fell off the
sense.
cliff.
When you think of it that way, it makes more than enough sense for sure.
I don't know what the coyote time in like Yarg is. Like Yarg default engine. There is obviously there is some, but I'm not sure. Can you I think you can adjust that in the engine.
In the custom presets?
Yeah, there's strum. Yeah, they do actually have settings for that. It's called strum and leniency. It's called strum leniency. And
so fish it all the way to 0, and then you can feel how Fortnite Festival feels.
My God.
Yeah,
how does it feel?
Yeah, if you don't if you don't have a good enough PC to run Fortnite Festival, and you
or if you don't have a compatible guitar and you can't make that work,
or if you don't have a compatible guitar, like if you want to get a feel for it, if you don't want to install 70 gigabytes of Fortnite, I don't blame you. If you want to try what the engine feels like, do Yarg default engine, copy a preset and put the strum leniency to 0 milliseconds.
GL,
but
HF.
I haven't personally tried it, but that's what I imagine it feeling like. It's quite literally that, because you have to fret everything before you strum it, or else you're fucked. So I'm also not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, Clone Hero FCs are dog shit because it was 86 milliseconds, and Strylane was like, oh yeah, if I could go back in time and do it, the damage is already done. It's whatever, and it did make a lot of charts pretty fun. If it was like a chord fest or something like that, or switching between like a bunch of triple chords, or playing note shuffle songs on doing note shuffle charts with a bunch of triple chords. It made it a little bit more fun and more stomachable, and made you feel like you're having a lot more fun playing it. But it's just that, right? That's what Clone Hero is. It's just you get on, you have fucking fun with it. It's it's not like overly competitive, which I think today is finals for CSC. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. I'm going on a tangent. My bad.
Cool though.
But yeah, I mean that's not to just discredit all of what I just popped off about, and everybody has like been proud of their accomplishments on Clone Hero, and so I feel like I need to iterate that all the time. I just play too many of these games in the genre to really take a lot of these seriously. And when people ask me like, yo, why don't you play Clone Hero? It's like I don't get on and have a good time with Clone Hero.
I understand that.
But that's why I'm not even like glazing Yarg a whole lot, or any other clones that exist. It's just I'm gonna play the stuff that exists already, and have my own twist on it too. Just because we have this official game now, we have a new one, we have Fortnite Festival, and so that's what people are going to be talking about. Not just Clone Hero, not just Yarg, not just whatever's dropping, Downbeat, Fret Smasher, etc. While those are all cool and awesome projects, people are going to think about their childhood and Rock Band 2 and Guitar Hero 3, Guitar Hero World Tour. So those are the types of things that I feel is important for people in the community who make content to make content about. Jake, you did your gauntlet. Jason, you're going to probably get an RGH from Jake at some point.
Already received it.
You just got it?
Yeah.
It's over. It's over. You're going to play some console. You're going to play some console after you
We
get
are now all
FC.
RGH boys. We all have them now.
Yes.
We can all play online.
If we wanted to.
That's true.
We could.
That'd be awesome.
If we wanted to, we got to find a self-server.
Cannot wait.
That's my thing with these games. It's just you got to carry on the legacy of what already existed, man. Because like if all we know are these new shiny projects, and as cool as they can be, with Yarg having engine customization, Clone Hero having dedicated online servers, and hundreds and thousands, probably millions of songs. I don't know about that, but many songs charted for the game and all that. It's like you don't want people to forget how these old games worked, why we got here, and how we got here in the first place. The game is coming up on 20 years of existing. Guitar Hero is coming up on 20 years of existing next year. Year, like you can't.
That bothered JP here to leave. He feels too old.
Yeah. Old ass.
Oh, fuck, man. Oh,
turn into dust.
Shit, bro. No. He's got to go to the
bathroom. Where's my AARP membership card?
But yeah, that's just my thing. And if people were ever really curious as to why I don't speak so highly of these clones as much, and Jason, probably the same way with you, and Jake, I have never seen you play Clone Hero outside of that Nova Eruptus FC or Fear Inoculum FC on your channel.
You saw that? It was only up for like a day before it got copyright
I saw that shit. I watched it because I was like, why is he playing Clone Hero? What the fuck's going on? And you're like, oh, this is a little special thing because I'm a fan of Tool. But that's the thing, right? It's just the past doesn't deserve to get forgotten with all these new things in front of our face. Fortnite Festival is a good thing. It's shoddy, and it's being worked on, and it's going to only get better. Rock Band 1 was shoddy, and they needed to.
And then Rock Band 2 came out a year later, and it's perfect. It's fucking perfect. Rock Band 2 is perfect after a year.
I was seeing a lot of comments of people saying like, "Yo, I don't know how this game even came out. Like, this is unacceptable." And like, yes, it is sort of unacceptable in the state that it dropped in. But also at the same time, when you're making a Rock Band game within another video game, I can't imagine that being very easy to implement a whole ass rhythm game that's supposed to feel like its predecessors.
Yeah,
you know,
the culture has shifted too to how games are released. It's rare that a game ever releases in a finished state.
And I
like the last game I can think of that actually like came out finished, done, hardly any bugs was like Elden Ring. Elden Ring was like extremely polished.
Recently, Helldivers
Hogwarts
2.
Legacy, perhaps. Helldivers 2 is
Hogwarts Legacy. I played that shit for like 5 minutes though. I
played it for like a couple hours. I wasn't feeling it too much, but
I don't know.
I didn't hear many complaints about it. But like that's just the way the industry goes, right? Most games come out now, and it's a live service. Like, oh, it's almost like an understood thing. Like games just release in a beta state now, and the first month is going to be rough.
Yeah, and specifically, we're talking about like AAA video games dropping completely finished. You know, that's it's a rarity, and I don't like that. The only games
but that was the only way you could do it back in the day.
Yeah,
the game had to be finished. Like on a PS2, PS2, there's no hot fixes. You have to release a whole new disc if there was an issue, and you have to like send it to software and buy it again. Fuck that! You had to have a finished product day one. That's not the case anymore. So all the Guitar Hero and Rock Band games were finished, complete products. There was hardly any updates. There were a few updates for those games, but it was all small things.
Rock Band 3 was like the last one that I was like, damn, the title update 4 versus title update, or title update 5 versus title update 1 is so different.
Very different.
I feel like Rock Band 3 was the first game that came truly unfinished.
Honestly, probably. And then Rock Band 4, obviously, we're not going to.
Rock Band 4, it just kind of tipped the iceberg because then Rock Band 4 was just, it took 2 years for it to be acceptable. For it to be good. For it to be good.
Yeah, it was acceptable, but then it became good after a few years. But I feel like Fortnite Festival is not to disparage it, but it's kind of following in a similar footsteps. Like the game came out, we liked it, feels good, it has good bones, but they're iterating upon it and they're still building it. And I think by the 1 year anniversary, I feel like this game is going to be very nice, very good, very polished.
It was rushed.
Yeah,
it probably was.
I mean, it was rushed.
It's Fortnite. It's a Fortnite game, guys.
It didn't come out with pro drums. Festival, I'm pretty sure, is made in UEFN, right? Like
I don't know.
I don't know. I actually don't know. Is it?
We don't know. Details.
I don't know.
We don't know.
I know. So Kyle had actually made a tweet. Kyle made a tweet about their work in the work with Patchwork. I'm gonna post it here because I don't know if they talk about like the actual festival engine, but it's
Oh, I saw this tweet. I forgot to share this with you guys. Yeah,
is this the Gentech? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and he said that the Harmonix plugin is officially out in experimental status in UE 5.4. So that's pretty cool.
Did you click into the link the tweet that he was quote tweeting? There's a whole ass video of Buzz Burrows talking about audio in Harmonix stuff in Fortnite Festival. 44 minutes. It's a game. Yeah, audio developers conference.
I've watched
it's
20
a cool
minutes
ass
of
video. I've watched about 15. It's a cool ass video.
I would recommend checking out about, let's see, it's 5 minutes and 30 seconds into the video.
Oh, where he shows the videos?
Because that right there is showing a live, basically concert performance of a song made through Patchwork. So that's showing...
It's an impressive technology.
Then it's GH Tunes.
Yeah.
We're going to get GH Tunes one day. Are you kidding?
Don't even say GH Tunes. That GH Tunes was not that good. This is like professional level shit.
Sorry. Not GH Tunes World Tour. I'm talking GH Tunes Warriors of Rock.
Okay.
Sorry, that
this is different. Big difference.
Way above. Way above.
This is way above. Way above. This is a Fortnite.
Like, this is a MIDI composer in a fucking video game, bro.
Yes. This is full MIDI control. Being able to sequence, being able to do chord progressions. And then right after this, it also shows like switches. So you can go, oh, this is boss music. This is this. And you can program that to game mechanics. So let's say you're jumping on a mount. The music could change. or you're fighting a boss. The music can evolve, and you could either add layers or change the
dynamically.
sound. Yes.
Yeah,
It's not just
love that.
end this song.mp3, start this song.mp3. No, it's like the same shit that's moving, except for it adds a few more elements to the song, and then it removes a few more elements, or something else happens. It's very cool.
A good example of this is the game BPM or Metal Hellsinger.
Sure. Yes. Exactly.
It starts
Metal
off with
Hellsinger does
just
the same
some
thing,
guitar, bass, drums, and it's not really intense. Once you start getting kills, you ramp it up. You're playing the game more properly, and you're chaining your combos. All of a sudden, you're hearing Serge Tankian singing in the final battle, and everything, like the orchestral, the drums are going insane, the guitar solo is happening, all that crazy shit is going on. And I think they actually had like Paramore DLC for that game, which I didn't know about until very recently. Yeah, there's like Misery Business in Metal Hellsinger.
That's a wild mix.
Ooh,
yeah, it is a wild mix. I mean, but I got to look into it. I don't know if it was a custom, but I'm pretty sure that was DLC. I saw a clip of it, and I'm like, what the fuck? What happened to Metal Hellsinger? Great game. Play it.
That was a cool-ass game. I gotta finish that game.
It is a good-ass game.
Hey,
it's so much fun.
How cool is it, though, that kind of mechanic will be completely makeable? Like, you can create that with this patchwork system, right? Compose your own music, and then long-term, let's say a year from now when they launch UEFN and people have time to, I'm talking 4 Festival, UEFN 4 Festival, once they launch that and people have time to understand it and make their own shit with it, man, we're going to have people making games like Metal Hellsinger with evolving music in Fortnite.
Can you imagine
like
Hi-Fi Rush, etc.
Get a kill, like once you get a kill on this guy, oh fuck, I gotta see this part. Oh fuck, I got killed while playing, I gotta kill this guy, like, imagine.
That would be
dude,
insane.
oh my god. Dude.
That'd be so funny, dude. Like,
Real quick.
That would be so awesome. Like, if they let you blend the
awesome.
gameplay modes.
Blending the
real quick,
gameplay mode,
you were right.
That's a viral idea right there. Come on.
I found the DLC for
man.
Metal Hellsinger with all the songs you're talking about. This is not anything ever I would have expected. You could have fucking Depeche Mode.
Good ink.
Feel Good Ink in Metal
Uprising
Hellsinger.
by Muse, Down with
and there's Misery Business.
Misery Business.
I love it by fucking with Iconopop and Charlie XCX.
What?
Right,
I
crazy.
love it. Dude, Personal Jesus is crazy.
It's Metal
crazy. What the hell?
2 things I need to know. 1, is horror censored in Misery Business? And 2, did they leave the abuse bridge in Down with the Sickness?
I gotta buy the DLC
You know what?
pack.
My answer is already yes. My answer is already yes. Just knowing these knowing how these songs have been recently licensed, that this being a recent DLC as well. They had to have, man.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta buy I'll buy this DLC. I played this on Game Pass, and
Me too.
I was like, damn, I gotta buy this fucking game. So
It's a good game.
yeah,
Damn
Yes,
good
game.
game.
very fun.
Okay, so let's get back on track. We haven't even talked
Sorry,
about Hopo chords yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys play
haven't.
Carry On Wayward Son. You guys play Carry On Wayward Son. Jake got
What
the
about
first ever FC.
Cradles?
Oh, don't talk to me about
What's
Cradles.
up with
We could talk
Cradles?
about how Believer got a hot fix.
Yeah,
we
had to
fixed
get a
it
hot
out.
fix.
There was a broken
Out
note,
of all
guys.
songs.
Yeah,
Of all
Yeah.
songs, I
broken
tried
note.
playing Believer, and before the final chorus, there's a long note that goes into a red, yellow, blue triple hopo chord. I pressed it on time, and played it the way that it was meant to be played. Flew past the strike line. I think Cradles might be broken too, so
Cradles
I might
is,
have to.
yeah,
I think
it
I'm gonna
is.
have to hit. I'm gonna have to hit up. So I think I can hit up Die about that.
I got you.
Wow.
Let me
It's
tell you how
been
to do it right
FC,
now.
so
I've FC'd it myself. I got you. I can tell you how to do it. So there's 5 yellow blue hammer-on chords in the song.
Yep.
All right, and those are the ones that you will miss on.
It
So
goes, wham,
you have
wham.
plenty of time before you see it. Fret it way ahead of time and just
I
fucking
just
strum it.
Yeah. See, that's what I was gonna do with Believer. But then I hit it the next morning by just doing that. But then apparently it truly got hot fixed,
Yes.
and I was
Yeah.
like, oh shit, okay.
yeah,
That's
this is
very
brought to my
interesting.
attention by Chris Body. It was the
Yeah.
last song that needed to be FC'd. The community has FC'd every other song, but Believer by Imagine Dragons. That was the last song
And
to
guess
be
who
FC'd.
got first ever? I got first. Yo, you got
With-
first. You got first ever Carry On Wayward Son. I got first ever Imagine Dragons.
I didn't
Believer.
get a damn
Yeah,
first
we're pretty
ever
much
this
the
time,
same.
man.
Pretty much the same.
Are you sure,
SMH.
Jason? I feel
Surely
like
you got at least something, right?
I
Surely
have-
you
actually,
got
no.
at least something.
You
played-
weren't able to play the first
I
day,
wasn't able
though.
to play. So I didn't even get to tell my
Oh.
story about this. So
Yeah,
hey, real shit. I had the PlayStation Rift Master. We talked about that not working on PC. So I said, fuck it, I can't play, right? Well, I've got the Fender Jaguar. I can find a way to get this hooked up to my PC. Nope. Had a same day ship a Xbox adapter. Oh, my PC just made sounds from doing that. took
Surprised
3
you're not
uninstalls
frozen.
and reinstalls to get this working on my PC. Only for the Jaguar to finally connect, and then I was able to play at 11 p.m. that night on day 1. It took
After
all
being
day.
up
Dude,
since
you
9
down
a.m.
to get?
Yeah.
Did you get any FCs that night?
Yes.
You probably got a first ever, man. Like, you don't know, but you probably did.
I mean, I didn't look enough at the leaderboard. If I did,
Dog,
it's
we
nothing.
were like, there were fucking 50 people playing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
like
that's
50 to 80 max.
50 to 80 max. The
There was
newest
not
songs
many.
in the
It was
game
Clone
only had
Hero
like
numbers.
20 people.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Still, we
it
had the
was-
guitars yet. We were lucky to have the Riffmasters, and if people had a Rock Band 4 strat on their PC, they had to still have that dongle, so that already cuts
Well,
down people like that.
let me talk about the first workaround.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
let's
let's
talk
get-
about
let's
let's
talk
talk about
about
the good news.
workarounds. Let's
This
do
is
it.
the good
Yeah.
news portion
This is
of
good
the
news
of the
portion.
podcast.
Timestamp
Well-
it, Jake, in the future. Right here.
Yes.
This is it.
The good
an
portion.
hour in, we're talking about the
we
good
talk
shit.
about
Here
good
we
things.
go.
We talk about good
No,
things
we
with
talk about a
Mothers
lot of
and
good
such.
things.
Yeah,
But
okay,
the good
continue.
part in the timeline, I'm saying, the good part in the timeline
yes,
of all
yes,
this
yes.
Good
good
part in
bullshit.
the timeline. So I've got a Kramer. I had to repair this because for whatever reason on this one, I thought one of the frets got stuck, but the switch got stuck. So
Never happened before.
one
ever.
thing that has been developed in Sandtroller is auth ability, and this was originally solely developed for being able to use a Arduino guitar. They have a Pico in them, but Arduino is stuck way too much, and we can't stop saying it.
Yeah.
So what you would
It's
do
just
in order to play
the colloquial
Yeah.
term for all modded
in order to
guitars
play
is
Xbox
Arduino.
360 with a modded guitar, you would have this little guy coming out of the battery compartment. This is a
USB port.
A
USB.
USB
Yep, same,
port? What's
same
that
exact
for, JP?
one. Jake
What
and
is
I
that
have the
for?
same exact ones. So what you would do is you can plug a Xbox 360 controller, as long as it's an Xbox 360 controller or a dongle,
Or
like
a
the
dongle.
GHL dongle,
The
that
GH
works
Live
too.
dongle, that works too. This is the
Yep,
ideal
that-
part because it fits right in the battery compartment. You could just put it right
Yes.
there. and it
That's
just
so
works.
sexy.
Easy.
You know what
Yeah.
sucks, man? I had an Xbox. I had every single GH Live dongle at some point, and if I hadn't lost them, then this would be the most. That would be the most useful.
The most
that they would
useful thing they've
get.
ever
Sick.
been for.
It's
100%.
It's so,
yeah,
like-
actually, yeah.
Well, I could probably use my Les Paul on PS4. Fortnite.
Nice.
No, I wish
Jason's
I
got
had
one.
one, man.
Got it right
I wish
here.
I had one.
Actually, I don't know
So-
if that would work. Actually, but yeah, you know what I mean.
So
but
yeah, so that was originally intended for use on Xbox 360, but when I woke up
an
on
unmodded
Tuesday,
360. We've been able to
Yeah,
use it on
an
a modded
unmodded
360.
360.
Unmodded. This is the big thing. So everybody
unmodded,
could use
yeah.
it.
Everybody could use it. So I wake up on Tuesday morning to Sanjay900 messaging me saying, "Yes, so Arduino guitars don't work on Festival," and I'm like, "Excuse me?" And so I come into this server. I'm like, "Guys, they don't fucking work, right?" Like, and Jason's like, "Huh?" Like, what do you mean
yeah,
they
I
don't
didn't
work?
see
So-
that. I just
and so-
jumped on because I wanted to play
Yeah.
a video game, but then
Yeah.
unbeknownst to me, there's a fire in the basement.
Yeah, it was bad. So that auth port, what ended up happening was that it was like, oh, Sanjay was like, I'm going to really quickly implement Xbox One or Series authentication. So same exact concept. You plug in an Xbox One controller, right, or Series or whatever, just a modern Xbox controller, and it'll auth. But the problem now is that it just wasn't that simple. So with 360, you could just plug in the 360 controller and it'll work. But with Xbox One, you had to assign an individual input. So, for example, a Retro Cult Mods adapter, because he has an auth port on it, you had to hold down select while you had it plugged in. You had to hold down select and then plug it in and keep holding down select, and then while holding down select, you had to press the Xbox button on the Xbox controller. And people were really confused.
I was confused. I didn't know how to do it.
People were really confused. I was confused. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what do you do? And, like, it's not Sanjay's fault, right? Like, it's not his fault because he had to find a way to He has to find a way to differentiate consoles, right? Like, 360 is automatic, but Xbox One, you have to tell it, like, hey, Xbox One, right? So,
I want to say
have,
that they're trying to work on making it programmable and be like, okay, let's have it. We'll have a setting where if you write it as this controller, then it'll enable Xbox Auth or something. I think Noise and Sanjay are working on something like that, so you don't have to hold down select. But this whole thing we're on a journey right now. Everybody in the community is working on things. And speaking of things working, that whole authentication process. This is a whole brand new thing that just became a thing. Like JP, you haven't even added it to your guitars yet.
I have the pins on my boards, and I hadn't even added it. This is the first one that I did with Auth. I did it on my own, but it was very confusing. And people were flooding into the Saints Roller server, being like, "How do I do this? I don't know how to do this." And it was a nightmare.
Yeah. To reiterate, like this is just one of the workarounds. There are more.
Yeah, this was the first workaround.
The other one is thanks to Bookreader, and Jig, you have firsthand experience with this.
Yeah.
So I'll let you explain this.
Yeah, so this here is a Roll Limitless adapter from Bookreader 52, the rolllimitless.com. You can buy one for a drum kit, and you can buy one for a guitar. This is a guitar one. So what you do with this thing, this is essentially just Auth, essentially. You plug one end into your Xbox One or Series, and then you plug in your Xbox controller into the port, and then inside there's a small little green light, and that means that it's been authenticated. You can unplug your controller, you can plug in your 360 guitar, you can use an Explorer even, and then bam, it's authenticated, it works. So I was messing around with Festival using this thing, and this just works with every 360 guitar I tried. I could use it on Festival in Pro mode. So the Roll Limitless adapter works really well. You don't have to. I don't think this is even sold anymore. I think he changed what it looks like. It's like a Roll Limitless Mini. So it's not. I don't think there's a plastic cover, or it's just off the site because
I don't think it's on the site like at
demand.
all. It's only Roll Limitless. You know what? There's Roll Limitless Mini, the RB4.app adapter, which we'll get into that too. And
yeah, that does the same thing. There's just a bit more work to do with it. The RB4.app, it's web based.
Yes. Okay. So yeah. I guess I could talk about that one because people have Rock Band. You can make Rock Band 4.app adapters. Which RB4.app is a web-based tool made by Bookreader, which if you plug in one of his adapters, it reads the firmware and then it spits out authentication. So
it accomplishes the same thing as this.
Yeah.
But it's cheaper. It's a cheaper option you can do yourself.
And you can make it with 2 Raspberry Pi Picos.
Yeah, because this is $100. I paid $100 for this thing.
Yeah, quite literally. Dude, the Roll Limitless Mini now doesn't even have the case. It's half that price now, Roll Limitless Mini.
Yes.
But the OG Roll Limitless is now $100.
They're expensive as shit,
It looks like that, though. It quite literally looks like that.
But it has a MIDI port.
Yeah, it has a MIDI port. So it supports drums, and that's great. And the reason why Roll Limitless is a thing is because PDP stopped selling. Oh, shit. Where did I put it?
Yeah, this is on you. I don't have that shit anymore.
PDP stopped selling. Oh, dude, shit, where did I put it? That feels like this whole week.
Yeah, the legacy adapter,
that thing right
guys.
back here where it came from.
Right
still help me.
Dude, you know what's funny? I got desperate, and I wanted to see if this would be recognized by Fortnite Festival. It doesn't.
No, I'm not surprised. It's for fucking drums.
But the light does turn on, and I thought I was getting somewhere, but I was like, no, it doesn't. I was like,
guys, you just have to buy this $1,000 adapter on eBay.com, and everything will work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the other painful thing is not even the Mad Catz wireless receiver works on Xbox.
No, I mean, come on.
Yeah, like that was one of the biggest disappointments.
Sure, I thought for sure that this thing was going to work. It doesn't. It doesn't work.
Yeah. And so in return, because that one doesn't work, you know how Rock Band 4 on PlayStation 4 and 5 uses legacy PlayStation 3 controllers? Legacy PlayStation 3 controllers do not work on Fortnite Festival on PlayStation 4 or 5.
It seems like the game just artificially limits itself to only accept inputs from a Stratocaster, a Jaguar, or a Riffmaster.
My theory is that I feel like they just were developing with what they were given, which was Riffmasters and Rock Band 4 controllers.
That's fair too.
I think that's what happened, and it was a massive oversight, and no communication was given between the parties, which is unacceptable. I mean, just in that case, is unacceptable because therefore you're paywalling a game mode behind
essentially
a controller that's sold out.
Which hold on, let me go to a quick tangent. I'm going to steal this from you, Jason. That's the whole thing about Festival. Fortnite in general is that it's accessible. This mode goes against that entire philosophy because the only way to play this mode is if you spend minimum $130 on a Riffmaster, more if you don't already have a Rock Band 4 guitar.
You're completely right.
People are buying scalped Riffmasters as we speak.
Yeah, they are.
Please don't do it.
Scalped ones, man. But they are. And people
There's
are desperate.
Something so ironic about how many people, thousands and thousands of people, were screaming from the top of their lungs, "Oh my God, Festival's too easy." And then we end up with one of the hardest 5-fret engines of all time. I think that's hilarious.
The monkey's paw
leniency
curls
is worse than Guitar Hero 1, and that should be a testament. And the strum fret leniency in that game is already fucked. I'd say it's like 10 milliseconds.
In Guitar Hero 1? No.
Is it really?
Bro, I got a video for you.
Oh, hell no.
I was going to bring this up before, but I couldn't find a good entry. This is a perfect entry. Look at this shit. EHW is what I call extended hit window. Is the strum before fretting leniency. This song, Fire It Up by Black Label Society, is infamous for having a first activation that was impossible. People could not get it. So it's a three phrase activation that you have to activate immediately after you get that third phrase. It is right after the yellow orange trill in the intro. If you want to go there, it's like 55 seconds in the video. So I activate immediately as soon as I get the star power, and when that phrase is getting over, it ends on a red-blue chord, and then it should end right before hitting that green, like 2 greens, and then a green-yellow, because that's a phrase. That is impossible to hit without using EHW, without using the strum before fretting leniency.
That's so impressive.
That's insane.
So the way I'm actually hitting that,
oh my god.
You can go in there frame by frame. What I'm doing is when that first green
hit that green
note,
so late. Oh
that was
my god.
late as fuck.
I strummed it as late as I probably could. However, I fret it a frame or two later, which gave it enough time for star power to end before I hit that first note of the phrase, therefore giving me that next phrase.
Oh, that's cracked.
Insane.
Yeah, this is how big the strum before leniency window is. Like you must master it if you want to get any top scores in any game. It's necessary. It is a necessary skill today.
That's why they call us lore hero right here. That's fucked up.
That's lore.
That's fucked up, bro.
Shout out to Doughboy. Doughboy and Score Hero was the first one to discover this. I gotta give credit.
Yeah,
where
that's
credit's
just
due.
legendary. That's crazy.
Anyways,
that history right there is just about as crazy as pause activating. I think.
We'll save pause activations.
We gotta save pause activation for another time, man. When we start talking about engines, we'll talk about pause activating because Guitar Hero 1 is exclusively scuffed for that shit, and we gotta pull up the Kev videos.
Guitar Hero 1 is
man.
a different breed.
We gotta pull up the Kev videos, man. I love pause activating, like the whole lore behind that. Etienne made
don't even get me into DualShock pause activations.
Yeah, no, that's what I was bringing up. That's what I was about to say. DualShock pause activating.
There's two levels to this.
Fucking what was it? Thunder Kiss 65 and and
Frankenstein.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
More than a feeling.
More than a feeling.
Killer Queen.
God. Oh no. Yeah, we'll talk about
can
this
of
when
worms.
we start
Can
talking
of
about.
worms.
Yeah,
big can.
Dude, not even a can. It's a fucking barrel of worms, bro. Are you kidding?
Barrel of worms.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
So anyway, we're talking about workarounds. So couple days goes by. Tuesday goes by. We're depressed. Wednesday, I literally took off because of everything. And then Thursday rolls around. I'm still playing the game on Wednesday, and I'm not streaming making content, but I still want to play and get used to the engine. I'm getting used to it. Thursday rolls around. I'm still playing. It's great, and we get a little bit of an update from somebody very talented who is working on reverse engineering Windows APIs so that we have Rock Band 4 guitar emulation for Windows. And that person is Emma, or Invoxy, plays games.
Invoxy.
And
or I own 5 Wii's on Twitter. Excellent shit.
It's actually Invoxy Play Games.
Yes, sorry. I think Plays actually got banned on Twitter, but Play.
Oh,
so that's I believe that's her new account or her newest account. But I think so she was just like, well, if no one's gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So she took 30 hours of her time debugging and ripping apart undocumented DLLs. Just kind of searching around in the Fortnite files going, oh, this is what recognizes it as a Jaguar or a Strat or a Riffmaster. Well, let's rip this open and reverse engineer it and make a tool out of this. And that's exactly what fucking happened that whole Thursday. All of that was going down, and she was just going away as a mad scientist does because she was doing brain rot tweets on Twitter at the same time, which it's been
so
golden.
many good tweets.
Some good brain rot tweets.
You must go follow I own 5 Wii's on Twitter. You have
got
to.
bangers. Valone Star Runner is one of my
Star
favorites.
Valone.
What was the other one that I posted last
night? The
night?
GIF that was like when you leave Steam open, when Steam input is on, you're the guy frantically trying to close his computer.
Steam big picture.
As a result.
Hold on. This is my favorite one too. I got to say this one too. Somebody said it sucks when you had to basically do the work for free that her mom done, blah blah blah. What if they and then she replied to saying, "Oh, thank you so much. You did a great job." What if they're called Carmonics and they went you? Come on,
dude. That's like okay. Are you gonna do a write up on how you bypass the protection? The write-up is I found a random DLL sitting in System32 folder with an interesting name and spent many hours trying to get it to say, hello, I'm PDP Jaguar, instead of, hello, I'm Xbox Controller.
It's like she just stumbled upon it, like genius,
Yeah.
literally genius level shit we're talking about here. And then she's tweeting, "What if they're called Carmonics?"
Okay, no, but really, can Epic please hire them? Like, not even kidding. Like,
yes!
I'm just throwing this out there. Yo, if one person,
hey, you know, it's public knowledge, man. Like she does bug bounties for Epic Games. Like you can go on the website, and she's very smart, and she's been basically working for Epic. Essentially doing these free contract work, right? You know, doing all this stuff. And so it's just hats off to Emma for doing all this stuff. She is the GOAT, and she's the reason why. And this tool called Fortnite Instrument Mapper, she dropped it last night around 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and it supports wired 360 controllers for Rock Band and Guitar Hero. So in Explorer works. My kiosk
and wireless if you have one of these babies.
The wireless adapter, so wireless Guitar Hero controllers and Rock Band controllers work. She got fucking PS3 Rock Band guitars working. I don't know about Wii Rock Band guitars, but I think she did. Because I had
mixed
someone
results.
in my Discord. Mixed results. Someone in my Discord was like, I'm trying to get my Rock Band 2 Wii guitar working. It's not working. She released beta 2 and it worked.
Within a couple hours, by the way.
Within a couple hours, by the way. Like literally an hour after the tool first came out. RAFnet guitars are kind of iffy, but if you have like a V1, V2 works. I think people were saying V3 was working. I don't know about the firmware. I completely lost track of, how to keep up with those softwares, but my RAFnets do work. I tried a V1 and a V2 and it worked just fine. I don't know where my V3s are because I haven't used them in a minute, but that's working. Fucking Arduino controllers signed to PlayStation 3 is working. But it has to be through Sandtroller. It cannot be through Guitar Configurator. So this is probably the moment where people are going to start moving over to Sandtroller off of Guitar Configurator.
Yeah. And when you're in Sandtroller, you have to make it not an X input device. You have to make it an HID device, and that's what.
Although now because the Xbox 360 stuff was added late into the development, maybe it would work because now you can use HID hide. You have to use HID hide.
True.
So like it could work. I haven't tried it.
I haven't tried it either.
I haven't tried it, but it should work. But why would you when you could just write it as HID?
I think there's one thing that we should bring up real quick too about this, which is the community feedback since this program dropped, which is something I didn't expect. But again, I'm a little bit more new to like brain rot of the Fortnite community, right? Like being in it deep. Because, hey, I always played it casually with you in the past, Alec. Like when me and Steve would hop in some BRs years and years ago.
Long time ago.
Or Save the World.
2017, 2018, man. We were playing that shit. I had the Season 2 Battle Pass completed, bro. Like, we were playing it for a minute.
Hell yeah. So the thing is, I didn't think about how many people in the community are worried that Epic will ban anyone who uses this.
Okay, I have something to say about this, bro. There was a patch at some point in Chapter 1 where controller players using Xbox or PlayStation 4 controllers, they had to install a controller emulator, a 360 controller emulator for it to work. They had to use X360 CE so that their controllers would work for a period of time. And Epic was like, yeah, we're going to fix it. Sorry. And so if you're wondering if this Fortnite Festival, this festival instrument mapper is going to get you banned, it's just a very complex version of controller emulation, which has been a common theme in Fortnite on PC.
Yes,
it doesn't patch Fortnite. It doesn't interact with Fortnite. This is all Windows.
It doesn't inject anything.
It's all Windows.
Nothing.
As far as Fortnite is aware, you're just using a PDP Jaguar. That's all it's.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's all it thinks because that's what it is. It's taking your whatever the fuck you have and it's saying, hey, this is a Jaguar. You should let them use it.
For anybody that's working at Epic's for anybody that's working at Epic right now, that's looking at the stats and they haven't seen online that this piece of code exists now. They're looking at their stats going, why the fuck did so many people just get Jaguar controllers? Where are they getting them from?
Yeah, your data may be a bit corrupted from this, but we're sorry. But we have to. We have to.
I mean, literally, this person, Emma, shout out again to them, did the work that this team, and I'm not trying to throw Harmonix under the bus or anything like that. They only had the tools they were available to do. Emma, on the other hand, literally community sourced this and said, hey, can you test my software with X Guitar? And had people test it. Right?
Yep. And we were testing a bunch of shit.
And I don't know if necessarily Harmonix had the same capabilities because they might have had to legally go, hey, we have to have this hardware here, do it, and then cover their bases. So I don't know because I'm not
this guitar
inside
works,
there.
By the way.
Oh God.
I just had to pull it out with community testing different guitars.
We did. Shout out to Moose for testing the Power Gig guitar.
It works.
The bottom line is, though, we don't know what their workflow is for how they had to make this work. And they would have access to the old Rock Band guitar, the old PDP guitar, and the new Riffmaster. We know they would have access to that versus, hey, do we have access to a perfect Les Paul from X many years ago? And how do we stop people from going and trying to buy shitty ones and having a bad experience with the game? Because that would happen.
Exactly. That's the next part, too, because that almost incentivizes people to go out and buy the cheap Les Paul on eBay for $40. That doesn't work. And then they can be pissed that it doesn't work. And it's not Epic.
That's a good point.
I just want to bring up that, also, if, people wanted to even just access this game in general, you can't on a gamepad or a keyboard. You can't.
Yeah.
No, there's lots behind having these
That's
guitars.
the biggest weirdness out of this entire debacle is the fact that
so much would have been avoided if the
keyboard
you could keyboard support.
That's it.
Honestly,
That's all you need.
on fucking Xbox, on PS4, on PC,
remap.
with these custom controllers, you could remap. But they've already said that they're looking into doing custom keybinds, which is okay, that's fine.
They've made a statement. Yeah, we
did.
kind of glossed over this.
They put that on Tuesday.
We kind of did.
They did it,
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to pull up that tweet right now. But yeah, on that first day when everybody was saying, why does this guitar doesn't work? Why didn't this work? They put out a statement. Well, rather, I put out a thread explaining all the issues that kind of blew up. It got huge numbers. I think Fire Monkey.
Yeah, because Fire Monkey. Shouts to Fire Monkey. He retweeted it.
And then not that long after that, Fortnite Festival put out this tweet right here. It says instrument compatibility. Let's talk about it. Some updates. We will be adding custom key binding and support for additional guitar controllers on PC in the future. Additionally, we're going to kick off conversations with console makers to see what we can do to expand instrument compatibility anywhere it seems feasible. We'll share more as soon as we have it. So that was day one when this mode dropped. They were already communicating, hey, we see you. We're working on it. So,
and it wasn't it. I had initially thought that the whole uproar, what was going on, was because of that's what triggered this whole, enabled them to do this tweet right here. But I think since day one, they're gonna go okay, we're gonna have these supported, but we're gonna be working towards adding more and more and more and more.
Yes.
So
yes.
That's where I had it wrong, and I'd said it on my videos, and I've been saying it. But I think it's just been a thing because they had to start somewhere. We don't even have pro drums to begin with, so they're working at pro lead and pro bass first, so that they can probably pave the way and make sure drums is near perfect on release.
And for people wondering too, Epic is listening to us. Just so you know, right?
Behind the scenes, we can't talk about that shit. But
yes, we have had meetings.
We're talking to them. and they're hearing us. So
they're
and we'll say we've had meetings with PDP as well with our representatives.
Their understanding of their understanding of the frustration, and they do want to make it right. So we're not here to say X company bad, right?
Unless
I think that this launch was just rushed.
If somebody is being a two-faced liar to us, we can't tell, right? But just from being completely honest, talking to people straight up, I legitimately feel like everyone I've talked to has the best intentions. I really do.
Agreed. Yes.
That PDP, the people that I've talked to there legitimately want these controllers to be the best they possibly can be for everybody. I don't think that there is any ill intent out there. I legitimately do. Do these companies need to make money? Obviously, they got to keep making their shit, right? But at the end of the day, the people that are working on these products and on the game, they care. They legitimately do. They want this to succeed. So I don't think that this right now, the trash fire that was the launch, is indicative of where this game will be in a few months. Because they're passionate, right? And
God, hell, fucking 2 weeks. We'll see. Man.
Yeah.
Or actually, by the time this episode airs, then it will be next week. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the fuck happens.
You can't fake passion. That's what I was going to say. Can't fake passion.
So, that being said, hey, good news for PC players. Y'all could use your fucking controllers now. We can use our controllers.
You could use your PlayStation Riffmaster.
Yeah, it makes the Riffmaster work on PC too. This is true.
Yeah.
The Riffmaster works on PC now because of Emma's tool.
We hinted to that like an hour ago.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Shout out to Invoxing again.
Dude,
also
I'm
asking
so
if they would stop putting the freaking PC stickers, the stickers on the boxes. Yeah. It's like, do they stop putting those dumb stickers on there now? Yeah,
they technically. I mean,
stop.
Yeah, I think if anybody who was looking forward for this episode to be some sort of roast session or whatever, would be sadly mistaken. Things have turned up in the last 24 hours. Not
honestly,
even 24 hours.
If we're being honest, if we recorded this 2 days ago, or even yesterday, because we didn't record on a normal day. We're recording on Sunday. Normally we record on Saturdays. So if we would have recorded yesterday morning, this would have been before all of this kind of happened.
I'm so glad we waited.
Released.
I'm so glad we
no
have
kidding.
Something to work about because like now I think
it would have been a whole lot more doom and gloom had we not had this.
Yeah,
totally.
No, because like Tuesday was depressing. Well, it just straight up was. It just wasn't a good day all around. Festival instrument mode was instrument mode. Not everybody could play it. Like I was feeling so guilty because I was like, man, I got this new mode, but like only 20 people are playing this shit. I don't even want to play this right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, oh, you guys can't play this, and also you guys don't have this Riffmaster yet, and like I do, and like I want you to play
look
with
what
me,
I
but
can
you guys
do.
And
can't.
so it's like I didn't feel
look what I got, and you don't.
Yeah.
See, like the difference was when the game first came out, it's like everybody could play it, and that's why it was fucking fun. You know what I mean? And
Literally everybody.
Yeah. Exactly.
Everybody was just having fun and being able to play. But you know, it's looking up now with this tool on PC. Make sure you don't have debloated Windows or preview versions of Windows. By the way,
it sure won't work. Don't use a debloated OS if you have the option.
Yeah. Unfortunately, if you are a debloater, then well, I don't know what to tell you. You can't play. You can't use your.
Yeah, and you have to be in developer mode.
Go back to the Reddit thread that told you to do it and go fix it.
I don't know. There's something so wild about asking if someone's a debloater. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, odd term.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to come off that way. That's
are you bloated or unbloated?
Hey, bro, you bloated?
I want to take the opportunity to educate a little bit because I understand that people are going to see this program and maybe not know exactly how to use it. So here's just a little quick crash course, right? So as they said, can't use debloated Windows. You can't be on insider builds. You got to be on whatever the latest stable releases of Windows 10 and 11 are. A lot of people have a Retro Cult Mods adapter. If you go to retrocultmods.com, Noise, Retro Cult Mods, has already put up a guide on how to get your Retro Cult Mods adapter working with Fortnite Festival, and it will have instructions about Festival Instrument Mapper as well as the auth options. For those who have any hardware from me, a lot of them are still signed as guitar configurator devices rather than Santroller devices. I will be making a tutorial on my website as well on how to update to Santroller and fix all of that.
I was going to say, like, with the hide thing, I was going to do some experimenting with it later, and if you can use it in X input mode on Guitar Configurator, maybe people don't have to move over right now. It's highly recommended that you do move over to Santroller.
Well, Santroller pulls cleaner, too.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's highly recommended to go over there, but since you're playing the game at 250 hertz, just, it's whatever.
Yeah, and that's another thing, actually, that we should mention. You should cap your guitar at 4, aka 250 hertz, because
the
Riffmaster is 250 hertz.
And that is the optimal way to play. Yeah.
If you feel like you're missing notes and it's not just the strum leniency stuff, it's probably the polling rate. So Lore Hero endorses and suggests 250 hertz personally. So yeah. Oh boy, Jason, I saw this.
As we are currently talking, the person who
what you were doing is a crime.
Yeah, they are. The person who made the Fortnite instrument mapper apparently also just got Steam overlay running on Fortnite. And
no way! That sucks. That sucks.
I can't.
Fortnite is not on Steam. What you are doing is a crime.
Shoutouts to Emma.
And the fucking emoji.
Yeah, the emote. That's my favorite part is the emote.
Dude,
God tier shit poster.
This is a great way to end the episode.
I love this.
It seriously is.
I love them.
Guys,
Invoxy,
things are looking up. We have if you are on PC, just go check it out. Go run it back. Check out some of the charts. The game feels jank, but if you're looking for something to play other than literally anything that's out there, if you're wanting to try this out, do it because Fortnite Instrument Mapper is now a thing on PC. As for console, breakthroughs are still happening. I believe PlayStation 4 auth is still being broken through right now. I think Sanjay and Nathanator are working extremely hard. Shout out to Sanjay and Nathanator.
Big
without
shout-outs,
them,
to both of them.
Fortnite
Thank
Instrument
you.
Mapper would not be existing. Shout out to Emma for sacrificing 30 hours of her fucking life.
Thank you.
Doing all this stuff.
It
Community members
took over a day.
It took over a day. Everybody's smart as fuck, and we could not
compared
do
to the
it
whole
without
development cycle of the PlayStation Riftmaster. I'm just saying. Just saying.
And as history goes, if something's broken, then the community will fix it. And
yes, and
Yeah.
honestly,
Which
the guitar
people were
community
saying
is
on
unmatched
Tuesday-
in these terms. Like,
People were saying on
cracked.
Tuesday, we were all like, "Fuck you!" Like that's never gonna happen. You're a liar. Like we were in like nuclear mode on Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was bad.
We'll forget.
It's
about
never
that
gonna
day.
happen.
dude, because up
Remember
until
living
then,
infamy.
with Rock Band 4 guitars working on PC, like nothing was ever truly figured out. It was always emulate to a 360 controller, not
Yes.
let's get this natively working. But now we have it the other way around.
There's like a whole new step in the space. Like
It's crazy. It's
like,
crazy.
New evolution,
yeah.
new game.
This is the start of the third gen, right? We had Guitar
It's
Hero 1
true.
through 6 with all the Rock Bands in there. We had the second gen, which was kind of a flop because that was GH Live, and Rock Band 4, which again, we said earlier, took over 2 years to get to like a really good spot, right? Like now, this is the third gen. And yeah, maybe the launch wasn't the best, but I have really I feel like I have much better feelings about this than I did with Gen 2. I do. I have much
Yeah, I
better
mean,
feelings.
you were very baked into Gen 2, Jason. Like that was your time when you were growing as a streamer and making lots of content
when
for
I got
GH
partnered.
Live and Rock Band 4, man. Like you were carrying, you were deadlifting that generation, while we're over here stuck on GH3 PC looking doom and gloom and just playing customs, but like not even really doom and gloom. It was just like, hey, we got people thinking about Guitar Hero 3 again, so let's just play that. And essentially, that's what'll happen here too, right?
Man, I'm a little bit worried about saying this right here because I almost feel like I'm patting myself on the back too much, and I don't want to come across that way. But I always kind of feel like I've been like trying to go for the newest stuff as soon as it happens. Like that's always kind of been my thing, right? Like
Hey, bro,
GH Live,
I don't blame
I dove
you.
in,
I don't blame
etc.
you.
Clone Hero was the very first person to make content on it.
You were
right?
you were the person that got so many people converted over to Clone Hero off of GH3 PC.
Yarg
I'll
last
never
year.
forget that stream, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
I straight up was like, damn, Clone Hero's gonna be the move. Like, because I was talking to people about this. It's like, why didn't you move over to Clone Hero quicker? And I was like, at the time when it was happening, I wanted to play an actual engine, officially developed game, even if it was heavily modded.
Yeah.
I was still on like the edge of using clones because I didn't have a great experience with Phase Shift other than just having happy fun time or whatever.
Sure.
It didn't feel like authentic enough to me. But
Understandable.
then it was the accessibility and how fast Clone Hero is. To just get it set up, get your songs in, and just start playing and streaming.
Yes.
And that's what it was all about.
It's just hard to move over to a whole new thing. You know, it's hard to dethrone the king.
It
You know,
is.
Guitar Hero 3
And that's
PC
what's
was
happening
the
with-
way to play for many years. So something else coming up.
It was like
Yarg
that
is
for
coming through the
5
same
years,
thing. You know, Clone Hero has been the way for a
It's
long
been
time,
the
and now
play for a
Yarg is
long
an up
time.
and comer. So maybe in a few years, Yarg will just overtake Clone Hero in terms of popularity. Everybody will be playing Yarg. What'll come after Yarg? Who knows? There will be something. There will be. I can guarantee you that.
I really think that Festival has a really good future. And I'm not
It does.
just trying to say, oh, I've been right before. But I have. And like I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to say it. I'm sorry.
that shit was
I'm
that
sick
shit was
of this
cold
shit.
as fuck.
I don't know how else to say it.
No,
Say
that
it.
shit was cold as
Gas
fuck.
yourself
I
up.
mean,
You
you
deserve
took
it.
the opportunity. That was perfect. That was perfect.
True.
Like no, but really, it's Fortnite Festival. If you play it right now, the one thing you need to know is it plays like it's stuck in precision mode. And if
Yeah,
they leave
it
this
does.
as an option, if they leave that as an option for the future as a challenge, it would be perfect. Make a mode where you have the strum leniency, but right now, think of it as you're playing an absurd challenge precision mode, and know that it will be easier in the future. That's the way to look at it. Straight
You know,
up.
also, someone made a great observation on Twitter about this, which is very rare, by the way. They're saying it's good to know that after 10 years of alt charting, they figured out how to purpose it. And one, not calling guitar, they call it lead.
Yes.
And there's an animation in the
Yeah.
game where if you're going to play a piano part in a song, a la Carry On Wayward Son, or I don't know, I think, what other songs do alt charting? I think Vampire, maybe? Or unless Vampire is just straight up keys. But
I was like,
Carry On Wayward Son, Carry On
That part.
Wayward Son goes from guitar to keys. And if the game's camera is on your character, the guitar poofs and turns into a keytar
I love that. I think that's so cool.
It scoops back to guitar when you're playing guitar.
Because we had talked about that previously, like before they introduced charts like that, where we were like, oh, that would be so cool if you could just switch, and then they just did it. So,
they just did it, and
I
feel like there's maybe a big breath of relief, being like, man, I feel good. Let's start alt charting more. Like,
they have so much freedom.
Give me Smokin' by Boston again. Give me Smokin' by Boston.
That would be so
Dude,
good.
I was like, I had Smokin' in my head the other day, and I was like, man, like Kyle, we know you're listening. So listen up,
Boston,
buddy.
Bro.
Yeah.
Get Boston. It raps harmonics too, because it's in the name of the band, bro.
Exactly.
That's what's up. And like even in Guitar Hero 1, they were alt charting with Frankenstein or
they were
to a looser degree Killer Queen. But I think it was very obvious in Frankenstein that they did alt charting, and they nerfed the shit out.
What else were they gonna do with that song? Let's be realistic.
Yeah, I know. But it's a good ass song for the final tier. Anyway, yeah.
I think big picture mode here. Not big picture mode. I just said that because we talked about the fucking the big picture here is that Fortnite Festival is here to stay.
Yes.
It is a long-term commitment. It will be going nowhere. I've been hearing people say like, "Oh, the player counts are so low. The player counts on Rocket Racing. Why? Well, they just need to abandon this mode. There's only 10,000 people playing." That's not their MO. Back when these modes came out, you had your Fortnite BR, and then now it's all of a sudden we have the Fortnite universe. You have Lego, you have Fortnite Festival, you have Rocket Racing. These were all considered they must succeed modes. They are going to do everything in their power to support these modes for the long term, so that people can play. If in a couple of years it just didn't work out, maybe they will cancel it. But they're going to put all their resources into these modes to make sure that they're here for the long run, especially Festival.
All I'm going to say is that for the supporters of festivals, like if Festival does die and they do a V-Buck refund or some shit, that's going to be nuts.
Holy shit.
That payout's going to be crazy.
That'll never happen. Never happen. It's here to stay.
That'll never happen, though. But,
it isn't. But there's no way. They're
I may
committed.
be biased, but I don't think this is untrue. I'm pretty sure Festival is getting the most support out of any of the new modes.
Yes.
In terms of like post-release
it totally is.
new
Yeah,
content.
It totally is.
I mean,
I think it's
157 songs, bro.
Yeah, 157
what do you have with Lego?
songs
You have Lego sets?
in 5 months. If you completely block out like customs in your mind and anything like that, that's kind of crazy.
Really good.
From 30 going up 120 songs.
Because you got to remember,
Festival Pass and Battle Pass songs too.
We were getting like 3 songs a week for a little bit, and then it became 4, and then it became 5, and then it became 6, and then it became like 8, and it's like
8 to 9.
It's just kept going up.
Season 2 was stacked, and like my predictions for this season, since it's a shorter one, because due to a leak, it kind of showed that, and things are looking a little bit more true with the Lego Colombo thing. Billie Eilish being the festival.
It's all falling into place, man.
I believe they announced.
Actually, no, it's not even shorter. It's still 8 weeks. It says 8. There's 8 weeks for it.
No,
it's bugged in the game saying it's week 3.
It's
right
bugged
now.
because
it's not a bug. It's a workaround.
Yeah, but it says it goes until June 12th. That's
does it
8 weeks from launch. Yeah, June 12th is when the next one comes out. That's when the festival pass ends.
I think
it's as long as possible.
7.5 is what it is, and the other weeks it's been 9 weeks in the past.
1,
and also
2,
I
3,
wanted
4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be like 7. Well, yeah.
I wanted to touch on the fact that we only got 4. I wanted to touch on the fact that we got 4 songs this week, which is a lot less than we thought. But 2 of the songs.
Well, that's not true. We got 4 songs on Thursday. We got 13 songs this week.
Yeah, we got 13. Yeah, that
Festival
is true.
Pass,
with Billie
4
Eilish
from Billy.
and Festival Pass. But the songs that are in the shop
13
actually
new songs.
are
15 songs.
They're 2 Festival Pass Season 1 tracks.
Yes,
which really confused a lot of people. It confused
got a lot of motherfuckers mad.
Somehow. What are you talking about?
Mad.
I FOMO'd myself into buying these songs, and now you're telling me I didn't have to do that?
No, but there's legitimately a thing in the Fortnite community that doesn't make sense to me, which is that people want to show how OG they are by owning something before others that they can't get. And I cannot raise my middle finger girthily enough to those folks. Like, that's absurd to me. To want to limit other people's experiences because you want to have control over that's gatekeeping. Fuck you.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out of
here.
Straight
up.
Yeah, no, it's gatekeeping. I agree.
It's one thing for like having outfits and shit, but it's a different one for having the songs.
Yes, there's a
difference.
Yeah.
Because that's gameplay. It's not cosmetic.
Cosmetic versus gameplay.
Yeah, you're locking gameplay. Seriously.
Cosmetic is one thing. It's like, okay, yeah, cool. You have Kratos and you can hit the gritty as Kratos. Or you have the Black Knight. You played in
like the Peter Griffin chicken.
Yeah, cool. Good for you.
You have Peter Griffin. Great job. And all that stuff. It's like, I don't know, man. Like the battle pass is there, and they entice you to buy the battle pass for a reason, and all that stuff too. It's like that whole FOMO thing. It twisted the whole game industry upside down. This is another tangent that I gotta stop myself from pulling into. But the thing is, you don't want to FOMO shit like songs. You just don't want to do that. But that also raised another question: where the fuck is the Nine Inch Nails songs? Where are they?
Yeah.
Where's March of the Pigs? Where is it?
Yeah, they're up in the shop.
They've not been in the shop. There have been numerous
That's the thing
people.
too. I mean, we're still kind of FOMOing a little bit. They changed how the shop works. Like it's a different UI now. You can see like maybe up to 70 or 90 jam tracks. It's not all of them. Why aren't they all there?
I'm kind of optimistic about it because after the Coachella Super Pack that they had, like, what if they're doing some Nine Inch Nails pack and they're gonna have, Less Than, March of the Pigs, Hand That Feeds, and the Witch Gang songs all in one pack? Like, that'd be great. I would love that. That'd be
big
really,
discount.
really cool.
It would probably be a few months from now.
Probably
if that's the case.
From now. Maybe on the first anniversary of the game, like they would have a season 1 pack of songs. I would love that.
Yep.
I'm just saying there's a new Witch Gang song
very
that
vocal
passed
about
now.
the songs being 500 V-Bucks.
In the free tier with the Epic Game songs, which
that
almost...
we called?
We called it, yeah. Last episode of Lore Hero, before we had our hands on the game, we were like, dude, where's Witch Gang? Jason's like, oh, where's Witch Gang? Well, they just released a new song. I already listened to it. Here it is. And then we're like, man, what if they put that in the festival pass, like on the free tier?
No, not just.
That's exactly where it is.
1-to-1.
You called
it.
it. You did. So give the flowers to Moose. Give Moose the flowers.
Me, I called it, but we as Lore Hero called it.
Oh,
we called it.
My favorite piece of lore is Maps by Maroon 5. Being in the festival pass.
Yeah, that's a great piece of lore.
That's actually the tutorial song in Rock Band VR when you're learning how to play that gimmicky mode.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I played the game, and you actually play Maps by Maroon 5, and it's like, strum the guitar to make noise, and it's not Rock Band gameplay whatsoever. It's just, you pretend... It's more so of what the boomers thought Guitar Hero actually is than Guitar Hero itself. We talked about this with Power Gig last week too.
Feel like a rock star, rocking
feel
it
like
real.
a rock star. It's very much like that, but it's like it's a $40 tech demo. That's what Rock Band VR is.
With a Rock Band 4 engine thrown in there for just the side thing
for the classic mode. But Maps by Maroon 5 was trapped behind that game. It was supposed to be Rock Band DLC. Rock Band 4 DLC, and it was sold on the PlayStation 4 marketplace and then taken down for unknown reasons.
Yes.
We don't know what happened
quickly,
to it.
and
I don't even know if that's actually backed up. I have no idea. I don't think it is. But
it's got to be like licensing. I don't know.
Well,
man.
no, I think it also got backed up because the full DLC chart was in the files of Rock Band VR, and that was the first thing that they showcased on Yarg. There's a little bit more lore for you. When Yarg first came out, JNAC was like, "Oh, it looks just like Rock Band 4. He XD. Let's make let's do a full band preview of unreleased Rock Band 4 DLC in a game that looks like Rock Band 4. How funny is that?" And then it just became this meme. It was like free maps, and that Carrie Underwood song. We have no idea if that Carrie Underwood song is coming, though.
It'd be cool if it
Church
does.
Bells? Is it Church Bells? Is that what it is? That what it's called?
Sounds right. Yeah, Church Bells.
But that's the other one that was locked behind Rock Band VR. But Maps by Maroon 5 just kind of held a special place within Milo Hacks because it was just it's stuck behind Rock Band 4 and we're never gonna get it. But now it's in Fortnite Festival and we played the chart on Pro Lead. And it was
Good job, Harmonix.
Good job, Harmonix. Good job, guys. Thank you.
You did it.
Sorry, wait. I was like, oh, this is a great way to end the episode. We yap for like 20 more minutes. You're right, Jason. We're yapping.
No, that's to be expected with this week.
Exactly.
Can I just say also
lots
thank
to talk
you,
about.
Like straight up, thank you three for helping keep me sane because Lord knows on launch day I was losing my marbles. My brain felt like it was liquefying.
We couldn't play.
You couldn't play the game. You have the guitar. I can't play it though because I don't have a PS4. Oh, you do have a PS4, but you downloaded it, but it didn't fucking work on your PS4. We didn't even get to that.
It didn't work on PS4.
Swap device.
If I
streamed. Yeah. Go ahead.
If I locked in as hard as I did and wasn't able to play, I cannot imagine how people who were just like finding out felt. Right? Like I feel for everybody who had issues getting in on the first day because I was right there with you. So if you were, I get it. I feel you. I'm there with you.
Dude, it was bad because that day I was streaming and then I had a dentist appointment and I hate the dentist. I'm petrified of the dentist. They told me I have a cavity, so now my wallet hurts. And then we were trying to take my daughter to a fun place and the fun place didn't open until way later. And it wasn't great. Nothing was good on Tuesday except for
nothing went right on Tuesday.
Nothing went right.
Yeah.
Tuesday, April 23rd will live in infamy.
Yeah. No, you know what? Monday was a full moon. Something fucked everything over. You know.
That's
where were you on April 23rd, 2024? Where were you?
Where were you when RB5 instrument mode was kill?
No.
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 SMH.
I was at home trying to connect Riffmaster to PC.
No.
Anyways,
No.
We've yapped. It's almost 2 hours. We're going for like an hour.
Holy fuck!
Almost
we had an
50.
episode this long, man.
This is one of the biggest episodes of Lore Hero to date.
Definitely.
Had a lot to talk
might
about
be
with
the
this one.
longest.
I think it is the longest.
Yeah,
Since the very beginning, I think. Yeah.
Beefy.
Yeah, beefy.
Meat madness.
Fortnite Festival instrument mode's here. You can play it now if you have a Rock Band 4 guitar, or if you want to use your old Les Paul.
Guitars.
You can use
PC,
that on
only
PC.
on PC
PlayStation
right now.
Only on PC. Or Riffmaster.
Oh yeah, the
yeah.
PlayStation Riffmaster, bro. Yeah,
It works now.
Thanks,
yeah,
Emma.
if you guys still haven't tried the mode, give it a shot now. I mean, if the old style of Fortnite Festival wasn't your jam, this is Rock Band.
Yeah, now everybody is like in that same stage that we were. We're like, damn, this game fucking feels like shit. Everyone's in that stage right now. Everyone in my Discord is like, man, I totally understand why you said the game feels weird. It feels terrible. And I'm like, yeah, you'll get used to it though if you want to keep on playing it. But if you don't,
it won't take long.
You'll get used to it. It takes time.
You'll get used to it.
And then it's gonna be jarring when they fix it too.
Yeah, you just gotta hold out until the next major update, and if they
You're gonna
fix
be a
the
god.
engine, God fucking bless.
Yeah.
It'll make you a better player.
Yeah, no, legitimately. Anybody who plays this right now will be better long term because you will get better timing. You will.
And by the time we get fucking Metallica and Dragon Force in the game, you're gonna get a good feel for the game, dude.
Oh yeah,
so set. Season 4 Metallica.
Bro, you started doing that. You look like that Birdman, that Birdman gif where he's like behind the door and he's going like this. If you guys, audio listeners, Jake started rubbing his hands together and going and.
Yeah, I can only imagine how bad that was. Audio was.
Yeah, I'm looking at that later. Anyways, we're episode 28 or 29. Sorry, we're out. Next week will be Thursday.
We out.
We out.
30. Yeah, thanks. Bye. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.